We're here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Awesome Talk Season 12, Episode 5 on December 10th, 2019. I am going ahead and I am sharing this motherfucker one more time because that's just what you do in the podcasting game. We are live. I see Amanda Wood is in the chat. I see your sister's in the chat, Keith.
Oh, hey, Amanda.
I see Anna is in the chat. What's up? I see people are showing up. We got to give it a minute. Amanda, do me a favor. Let me know if you can hear me. We want to make sure everything's rolling good because no matter... I see a heart, so I imagine somebody heard my buttery voice. I have a rich and buttery voice. It worries me. What's up, guys?
What would you say, peasant? I can't believe it's not buttery voice.
Remember when everything was buttery for a minute? Like that was a slang term?
Like
that was a legit...
That's probably the definition of it, yeah.
Of what?
I can't believe it's not a buttery
I can't believe it's not buttery voice? Let's see.
I mean,
Casey Kasem.
For sure.
Good. Okay. Amanda can hear us. We're good to go. Yes, Casey Kasem has I can't believe it's not buttery voice. It's sort of like an amazing voice, but it's also kind of fakeish at the same time.
Remember when everything...
It's like canned cheese.
Canned cheese.
Spray cheese.
Yeah.
Spray cheese is I can't believe this is cheese.
Do you guys remember the Play-Doh factory from when we were younger, where you like put it in the thing and put the cap on, and then you press down and different shapes?
Yeah.
Like the
Spray cheese should come with caps like that.
I thought they did. I
Like
thought they had like a star
star
thing.
shapes
Yeah, didn't I?
For real?
I thought
Spray
so,
cheese-
yeah.
Cream said it's like
I
good
don't know
cream.
about
Just
the
get one.
cheese.
Well,
Yeah,
you should
yeah.
get more caps.
Spray cheese should just not exist.
I agree, but if it has to, it should have shapes.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
Philly would have
sure.
a thing to say about that.
We should make attachments. 3D print attachments.
I agree,
Okay,
too.
yeah.
For like-
People would buy that because people
All
are
right,
idiots.
but hold on, man. You guys are thinking about the wrong
Your
spray
idea.
food. You guys are thinking about the wrong spray food. The only reason you buy shaped spray food is
if
because
you're
you're
like
putting
an
it on,
astronaut.
using it for sex stuff. What?
If you're an astronaut.
Oh,
Because
Painting with it?
And you don't want
freeze-dried ice
compressible
cream
shit, but,
is
yeah,
more
still.
fun in shapes.
it is.
But it's still just a block, even if you break it up.
I was thinking more whipped cream, not.
Did you know they never actually
Freeze-dried
made
ice cream
space?
doesn't come out of a can with
That
tips
frozen
on
ice
it.
Who in
cream
the
bullshit,
fuck would
that was
say-
never an
Yeah, I know.
actual
They
thing.
give him like these like meals and
Yeah, that was
Soft
never
bag
space
things.
ice cream. That was fake. That was museums making money off of it.
It's so delicious, though.
it's just
It's
like
so good.
cereal marshmallows.
Yeah,
much,
exactly,
yeah, it's terrible.
exactly. What? Good. Who the fuck
It's
would
just
say that
sugar
though?
cubes
I don't know.
and
I just figured it was.
I was
easier
thinking
to
about
stack on
whipped
the
cream,
shelf.
whipped cream and sex, not space ice
blocks
cream
and
and
You're not
sex.
gonna get shaped.
Like I don't think Spaceman.
I can get shaped whipped cream.
Spaceman's food was square. We were lied to.
What was square?
Their fucking all their food,
Astronaut
all their astronaut food was.
What do you mean
it's
we
in
were lied
trash.
to? What did they try to make me believe it was?
When you go out, you buy astronaut food from the NASA camp down in Florida.
It's not
They
Right.
have it all in
astronaut
fun
food.
bullshit shapes. That's not fucking what they're eating. Not really.
Rob, we
They're all
saved you a
just
chair
pouches
over
they
here,
roll
Rob.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Meanwhile, they got microwaves and shit. They're having like 4-course meals up there.
Yeah. They got Juno ovens. They're all Bluetooth. Rob Marchie's here, guys.
Well, man.
Sneak up in here.
Rob, this is Keith. Keith, this is
What's up,
Rob.
brother? How are you?
And you've met podcaster Rob before,
Never met
right?
him before in my life.
Really?
Liar.
Oh, that's a
No, I
liar.
have no idea who that person
Oh
is.
my God, you were missing a hole in your ear too, man. I was too before the show, and then I threw
They're
this
both
bad
out.
boy
They're
in.
both out.
What are you trying to look a little bit more professional,
No,
or is it just an
who
accident?
would want to do such a
He
fucking
puts like
Not me.
chandelier crystals in there.
rotating Christmas ornaments and shit like that?
Yeah,
That'd be real festive, man. Dreidels.
What did I walk into?
Ooh. Well, we were talking about. She said that
cheese whiz
spray
and
cheese
space
should
ice
have
cream.
attachments so that
Like the
they come out
Play-Doh
in
things you
shapes.
squeeze, so it
You
comes
think
out
I'd
as
walk
like
right back out
stars or like moons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I
Time
get on down the dusty.
and then I said that whipped cream made more sense because
No,
you
it
can
doesn't.
use it for sex.
You can't
And then
shape
he
fucking
said
whipped cream,
space ice
dude. What are you
cream.
talking about?
Well,
Like,
no,
What
because
about,
of the
like,
where do you
shape.
get
Space
hard
ice
whipped
cream,
cream?
ice cream never
What
had
about,
fucking
like, silly
shapes. What the
cheese?
fuck, man?
What?
They're all
Just
pouches
silly
and
cheese
squares
that like
and
shoots out like really fast.
Like for
you
New
know?
Year's
silly
Eve.
cheese.
Who makes silly
Like
cheese?
cheese string with the cheese
Us.
shoots all over the place.
I'm glad we don't have
If you
that
just
here.
had
Could
enough
you
pressure
imagine
to it,
getting
you can do that.
what?
Had enough pressure to the candle to
Yeah.
do that.
Right. So you have to hook it up to a, you know, an
Just
auto
throw it
shock
in a
compressors.
campfire and see what happens.
I wouldn't try it.
Oh, throw it in a
You
campfire.
replace-
Everybody
Yeah.
open your
Replace
mouth.
that with
Whoa.
regular canned cheese at like
Yeah.
the next snobby wine and cheese party and watch the hilarity ensue.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
Just don't tell
idea.
anybody.
That's a good idea.
They pull out the Triscuits, all of a sudden there's cheese
For some reason,
everywhere.
you know those like wine and painting sessions they do?
Yeah.
They should do it there.
Isn't that like what is it,
Paint with silly cheese.
Picasso's palette or something like that, where you get there, you go there and you.
Right. You get
Everywhere
wine.
does that.
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah.
And I want to make fun of it really bad, but then when I read about it, it actually seems kind of cool and fun. And I'm like,
Well, I
don't know.
like. I mean, I like that it opens up painting to people that think they can't paint, and then they walk away going, "Wow, like I fucking made this. Maybe I'll make more."
Yeah.
Like,
But
so
aren't they
I'm
half
cool with it.
trashed when they do it? Like.
Well, yeah, but they're doing
But they're still
it. They're
having
trying
fun.
it.
They're
Oh,
learning
yeah,
the
that's a
basics.
beautiful
Like
thing.
I did one of those a while back. We all painted a turtle, and everyone painted like there's a example up on the screen, and
Wait, like a turtle that was released back into the wild, or like?
no, like someone else.
Free-range turtle.
like a zoo tortoise.
Stuffed animal at the end. It had a little beady eye, but like
It's just trying to get
Got
away.
on back in there.
It's
little
a
fella.
turtle, and he comes out in a bathrobe, and he drops it to the floor, takes
He's
his
like-
shell off, and he just fucking lounges out.
You're like, I didn't know turtles had tits.
They released him in the
balls?
wild 5 weeks ago. He's still going.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
What if a turtle came out of the shell and was like hairy?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that would give
And
me.
he's
No.
like covered in tattoos.
Smoking a cigarette, like
I'd be like, somebody somewhere
Rough
seen
day.
you without a shell. If you got tattoos, you didn't get those naturally.
They're prison tattoos.
Yeah. Turtle prison. So anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I guess we might as well do a quick round.
Wait, hold on. I showed
That's a
up
great
late.
segue.
It's 9:35, and you still haven't done art around the bar.
We started talking
We were
about the
waiting for
squeeze
you.
cheese,
Listen,
and
man.
then everything went off the rails after that. So,
maybe they're just waiting for you to do
Spray
introductions.
cheese and prison
yeah,
tattooed
yeah.
turtles.
And now you're here, and here we are.
Well, welcome. This is
This guy, that guy, the other guy.
Hey.
He's like, finish it.
look at all you guys. Hey,
He's like,
guys.
he's like, he's like, I was
Hey,
going
guys,
introduction. I was
and
gonna take
you.
it.
So like about a year ago,
That's sexist.
I had a really bad seizure, and
Oh,
Rick-
it was hilarious.
and Rick, it was. I don't remember it at all, but I had a
That's why
But-
it's funny
but-
because she doesn't remember.
But
Yeah.
I had a really bad seizure, and Rick. And I was like starting to come out of it, but I wasn't out of it yet. And Rick was like, "Do you know my name?" And I said, "This guy."
Yeah, right.
And he called me pissed off when I finally came back.
So she has a seizure that is like the stuff of a nightmare. Like it's a horror movie. And then after a while, after slapping her awake and getting sugar in her system,
right? Smacking the shit out of
Yeah, you probably kept her out for long.
So then she's kind of staring at me, and I was like, "Do you know my name?" She goes, "This is after not being able to speak for like 10 minutes." And she's like, "This guy," as if I hadn't just lived through a nightmare for 10 straight fucking
This
minutes.
fucking guy over
Yeah, this fucking guy.
With his fucking questions.
Yes.
That's a great response to have coming out of like.
Yes, I know who you are. Get the fuck out of my face.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jared. Hi,
Jared.
Danita? Is that Danita? Danita Pearson?
From Tennessee.
All right. How do you know from Tennessee?
It
She
says
said
there.
hello from Tennessee.
Hello to Tennessee. Sorry.
Thank you for backing
Sorry,
that one.
ableist. I can't see very well if I'm not
Yeah.
wearing my
Yeah, that's what
glasses.
it is.
If you don't mind. And by the way, I want to point out something about these
Oh,
glasses to you
man.
guys. I actually plucked one of the lenses out because I can see better if I only have one lens in.
Ah.
All of a
can't see.
sudden,
Good though, apparently, clearly.
well, I
Now
can
you're
see
the guy
well.
Who has sunglasses up here and glasses here.
Boom.
Yeah, but the sunglasses have both lenses in, so just
Yeah.
Huh?
the sunglasses have both lenses in, but the regular glasses just have the one lens.
That's right. That's
You
right.
should have just
That's right.
rocked the monocle. That would have been dope.
That's
That's
what
what
I
we
said.
said.
You find me a motherfucking monocle maker.
I
am
will
all
find
about
one.
it.
Order one right
Dude, I
online
can
right
find
now.
one in like 30 seconds. Are you
right
kidding?
there.
Yeah.
Still to
All right, I
this
want a
day,
steampunk
I
monocle.
understand.
No. Who's that guy from Harry Potter? Mad Eye. I want a Mad Eye monocle.
Dude, just take
Oh,
your
yeah.
script and send it out to the internet. You'll get a monocle in no time, man.
All right, fine. Somebody
You
send me
know
a
how
fucking
many
monocle.
monocle cobblers exist? There's like millions of them.
You
A
know,
monocle cobbler?
all of
That's
them.
what I'm calling them.
Can't
now.
swing a dead cat without finding a guy who makes monocles.
I know, right?
And shoes, apparently.
I mean, based on statistics, there's at least 2 monocle makers in the room
It's like the
right
Baskin
now.
Robbins Dunkin' Donuts. They do
Wow.
they do monocles and shoes. It's the monocle.
Oh
combo.
man, dude, what a weird combination, though.
I have a
Monocles
fancy
and
kid at
shoes.
home for eyeglasses.
You have a
Dude,
fancy
we just
kid?
came from spray
Kit.
cheese
Oh,
and
Kit.
space ice cream. Monocles and shoes.
I
An
thought,
odd combination.
I thought you said he had a fancy kid at home that made monocles. I was like, what's
my
a
grandmother
fancy
It's like a
Yeah.
shoe shiner from like the early Victorian era.
It's
like Oliver
So what we're gonna do
Twist.
here, you see? Is
Glasses are sexy on men, especially you, handsome. Well, thank you very much. Look at Tennessee.
He's like, well, I got 2 sets of glasses.
So his first
Oh.
move is to immediately take the glasses
Put 'em back
off.
on.
Well,
I'm gonna double up.
Double up.
Double up for Tennessee. That's what I would name this episode. Double,
Double
up
up
for
for
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you guys, so I want to introduce our guests because I still haven't fucking done that because we're having too much fun.
You haven't even
Stones.
introduced yourself.
Huh?
You didn't even
we
introduce
tried.
yourself.
We tried.
I'll get to it. I'll
I
get to
need
it.
stall.
So I want to welcome back to the show one of my favorite people in the whole world, Podcast Rob from the Something Something Cast.
awesome being here.
I also want to welcome and somebody who's going to be performing tonight, Frankie V is here tonight. And one of my oldest friends in the whole fucking world, like you wouldn't believe.
Like 96.
You wouldn't believe how much I've been through with this person. If like you just wouldn't believe it. You don't have to move away. It's okay. Drummer for TWiNE, who I went through everything in the whole world with, Keith is here. Now let's get the show started. All right. I don't know if you guys know this.
Awkward.
Okay, we'll do it around the bar. Quick
Thanks,
around the bar.
Great job, Matt. First time he ever forgot, and here you are.
All right, we'll do a quick around the bar. Around the bar is where you say your name and something about yourself. I'm Rick, and I'm the host.
Matt.
Yes.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
You started this nonsense.
You
No,
started
we're
it.
going counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise. All right.
Hang
Now you're
on.
throwing them off.
We're going by the sundial.
I'm Matt. Nobody likes me right now, and I had Chinese food for dinner.
All right.
Hey,
Sounds
Sarah.
great.
Hey,
Sounds
Sarah,
great.
who are you?
Sarah. What's your name, Sarah?
Thank you, Stones. Now I don't have to. See, I helped you
I
out.
feel like we skipped
Well, I-
Sarah the last like 4 episodes.
Yeah, she's
That's
really
right.
good at
Every
that.
time it gets her,
She's
she's
like,
like,
ah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this.
People in the chat just refer to me as the girl.
She's that girl.
Yeah,
difference
somebody
does it
tell the
make?
girl to talk. When Amazon Amanda was on, people were commenting, and some guy was saying,
Oh,
"Tell her
yeah.
to pick up the girl.
Yeah.
Tell her to pick the girl up."
Pick the girl up.
Yeah, they wanted her to
Thanks, guy.
pick you up.
pick the
while some guy jacks
could you
off.
imagine
Yeah,
if
he's
I
like,
went over
he's
there
got the
and picked
lotion
her
ready,
up?
like, come on, pick the girl up. Pick
Yeah.
the girl
One
up.
hand.
Yeah, he's just ready to go.
Dude, if I went over and picked up Amanda, that would have been an amazing turn of events.
It would have been
That's
amazing.
Pat.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Pat's over
I'm
there.
Pat, and shout out to Jared.
Pat's-
I haven't seen
Pat's
this
there.
motherfucker in like ages. I
Yeah,
feel
man,
like.
what's up,
What the fuck
dude?
is going on with you? Call me or something, motherfucker.
Call me or something.
Let me know you're alive.
Go ahead.
That's Rob Marchi.
No, you have to look. No,
that's
turn it around.
Well played. And we're done.
All right, whatever.
And we're done.
I'm moving on.
Get
I'm
to
moving
the
on.
topic at hand here.
Gentlemen, I want to let you know that Ice Cube is bringing back Celebrity Deathmatch.
I'm on the fence.
Saw
That
this.
sounds awesome.
I know! It
I'm on the
sounds
fence.
awesome,
I'm
dude.
gonna say-
Aren't you
Who's
mad
actually
at
gonna
Ice Cube a
watch
little
it
bit
now? Like,
for
who
Pimp My
watches
Ride?
Well,
That's
it's an Ice Cube,
Exhibit.
Stone.
That's
I never really cared much about that show, but I will say that like at the time, I feel like the
shit out of
people
that.
that did like it because it had a level of like shock value in a way. But
Yeah.
like now the internet exists, so like
Yeah.
who the fuck is gonna watch that when like they can go on YouTube and find like
Yeah, but-
20,000 things?
But maybe
that are-
it's going to come back
Or
as a
Rick and
YouTube
Morty.
show or something. I have no idea.
Once people realized that the stuff only lasted like a week and then it started breaking.
But how many, what celebrities would you love to see fight nowadays on Celebrity Deathmatch?
I mean, I'm personally a fan of the claymation.
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
like,
Why not? Let's do
you
it.
gotta
real, though.
hook me. It's gotta be something completely wild. And
Like Trump versus Hillary Clinton?
like Kanye
No.
versus Cartman.
Oh. Well, they did Kanye versus Trent Reznor, didn't they?
I
Yeah,
don't fucking
something
know.
like
I
that.
never
Yeah, it was
watched
like Kanye
it.
West versus Trent Reznor at one point. No, it was Puff Daddy versus
Or
Trent
like
Reznor.
that's what it
Kanye
was.
versus
Yeah.
Baby.
Because it was still like the 90s at the time.
Yeah, and it was producer versus producer. And they made Puff Inch Nails and 9 Inch Natty because they blew
Should
up.
be
and
like
came
that scene
together.
from Airplane where it's Kanye on one end and every celebrity he's ever interrupted at any award show just lined up.
Oh,
down
the
hall.
Royal
It could be
Shaking
Kanye
ass,
versus
swinging bats,
Jesus.
brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
Now
who-
that he's found God.
I want to know who's going to watch it, though. Like an actual sit down, put this on your TV, watch it for 30
No
minutes.
one.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's all going to be
It
like
almost
It
have
does
to be like
MTV
YouTube,
even
yeah.
exist? I don't know.
And it's
You
going to
know
go
why
out,
he
like
found
it's going
God?
to go away
MTV hasn't
again.
existed since
It would have to be. It would have to be a YouTube show done in shorts,
Yeah.
like one fight at a time. Like I don't think anybody's gonna sit there and watch like 3 fights in a row in one
Exactly.
episode. And what's weird about that is if I were to put it on, and it were 3 fights in a row in one show, I might not watch it. But I would click through one fight at a time, and I would watch probably a dozen of them in a
Because
row.
there's
Isn't it
3.5
weird?
minutes of commercials between them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
So if they made it like if it was like an epic thing, like
Yeah.
if they made like an epic fight out of it, you know, like where you have like a 15-minute awesome,
Yeah.
I don't know, you'd have to have like twists and shit that.
Yeah,
like,
but where are you
sure it
getting
would have
these
to be
stats
that
for the
long.
fights?
I
Like,
mean,
you know.
I don't know if you guys ever
This
seen
is
Epic
what
Rap
kind of
Battles
have any
History.
of
They're
these
like
people
3 to
done?
4 minutes every other week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they could do something like that and just make it a YouTube
Yeah.
channel, like you said, and just
Look at Hot
twice a month
Ones.
it comes out like that.
Hot ones, man. Some of those
I
episodes
just
are a
want to
half
see
hour long.
celebrities actually fight. That would be great. Just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, man.
No claymation, just
Yeah,
a
No,
Just
gladiatorial
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah,
Absolute
right.
To the death.
Right.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
like-
out of
yeah.
here.
I want to
Only
see
one
Kanye
can-
go
like,
up
Like
only
against
that
one
one
Wyatt.
survives.
Bruce Willis, it's just Bruce Willis winning all the time.
It's Bruce Willis versus some terrorists.
Right, right.
You know? Mm.
There's just
Fine.
like glass on the floor and you have to
You
go
make
barefoot.
all of the Avengers actually fight each other in their costumes. and
Oh,
see how
wow.
The actors.
Yeah,
Nice.
like Robert Downey Jr. and like
There
He's
you go.
getting his ass
plastic Iron
kicked.
Man.
You
shit.
wouldn't be able to see
Plastic Iron Man.
anything beyond this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah, it's an unfair
Like,
disadvantage.
just
Really.
come at it from either side.
Guys, this might look cool in movies, but I'm fucked.
When he's actually talking to Jarvis, hoping that Jarvis is there, he's like, "Yo,
Let's fry
Yo.
it now.
I can't hear
yo!" And
anything.
it's just Thor smashing the shit out of him with a hammer.
But the hammer's made of styrofoam. so
No,
it's
no,
not
no, no!
gonna-
It's a
Oh,
an
it's a
actual
real hammer.
It's
Okay.
a hammer. Like it's a little hammer. That'd be fucking great.
Little Hammer would be a good name for this episode too. Company surprises employees with $10 million in bonuses at holiday party. Did you guys read about that?
Is the employee the CEO?
Yeah.
I don't know, but apparently the
Probably.
company made a great amount of money. They have 198 employees,
Okay.
and on a sliding scale of who did what,
What
they
company
announced.
was it?
Merit-based
I
millions of dollars.
I actually don't know. But
do you know what kind of company? Was it like a food company or like
Sounds
a
like a
car
tech
company?
that's what I think. I think it might have been a tech company.
Well, I'm just
So,
asking because like the guy who
Matt's on
owns
it.
that Greek yogurt company like gave each of his employees a share of the company. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what democratic socialism actually fucking looks
Yeah.
like. It looks like that. It looks like employees that can fucking own part of the place they work for and
Here's-
have a say in everything. And it just, dude, people are cheering those types of acts on, but also completely against any sort of
They're
actually
cheering
being
it when
a
it
part of
happens and voting
society.
against it.
There you
Literally
go.
Everything on the internet says just Maryland real estate company.
Okay, so real estate.
No name.
Okay.
Just says
So the
Maryland.
least, so what I did read is the least amount that an employee got, and the company's made up of 198 people. The least amount that anybody got was $50,000 bonus.
Think about
That's
that.
like the copier.
I would take that in a
That's-
fucking gift card
Yeah.
and do a backflip.
Are you
I
kidding
want to
me?
know what real estate company had an extra $10 million to give away. 'Cause
Somebody
real estate is tough.
was robbing everybody in Maryland.
That's right.
Dude, like
And
a
we're
$50,000
cheering it.
That gift
blockbuster
was a
video
way
gift
to
card.
launder the fucking
Yeah,
money out. It
exactly.
was like,
Yeah.
Somebody
charitable,
owned-
I'm writing this off as
Dude,
a
you're
tax.
gonna
write.
find that out in a year.
Yeah.
Somebody owned a bunch of Baltimore
That
before
doesn't
it
happen
fucking
unless
got
there's
nice.
some reason behind
That's
it.
what it was.
Right, that's right.
Plus, I mean,
Let's see.
how much are you charging people for your houses if you have that much spare cash laying around?
In Maryland.
In Maryland,
That's
especially.
where everyone wants to live, isn't it?
No, a lot of people come
I've
to
never
Delaware
heard
where I
anybody
live
be
now.
like,
Yeah,
let's,
but it
I
depends
want to
on
move
where
to
in
Maryland.
Blatant sarcasm.
But I'm seeing a
Blatant.
lot coming into Delaware now because there's no sales tax on anything.
Right, the rising number of people going to Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danita says, "I'm Danita, and I work for
I'm in
Volkswagen.
Delaware.
I work for
Oh,
Volkswagen
all the
assembly
time when I
plant
go.
here in Chattanooga. I build cars for a living. Go me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Happy
Go you.
holidays, guys and pretty lady." Oh,
Ew.
I
nice.
didn't know it's talking to me.
I hope.
It didn't even occur to me that
Don't
we could be
wanna
talking about
assume
stones.
it.
And
You know
Deb,
it's under that hat for
Get that
reals.
toxic masculinity out of here.
Yeah.
I'm
Bring that
wrong.
shit
I'm
around.
wrong. I'm wrong. That's good. That's good. But dude, I'll tell you what, man. I read this, and it also made me think about the Microsoft thing that happened recently, where they tried the 4-day work week instead of the 5-day work
Yeah.
week, and their productivity went up by 30%. You can't fucking deny that number at all. And when I heard that, I went, "Oh, you mean people are better rested and happier in life and having maybe more fun, and they're more productive? Who the fuck would have thought that shit could have been a thing? Holy fuck!"
French,
Yeah.
the Spanish,
The
all
Italians,
of Europe.
everybody, yeah, they all know that.
Everyone but
Meanwhile,
Everyone
the
be-
Walmart guy or person is like pushing for 12-hour work days.
Who?
How
The
long are
Walmart
his
guy
work
or
days
something.
by comparison?
You're
to
talking
what
about the
he's pushing?
CEO?
Somebody.
The
I
Waltons?
heard about
Is
this
he
a
gonna
while
have a
ago.
12-hour
Yeah.
workday too?
I don't know.
My guess is gonna go on the no side.
Or
Yeah.
I think Jack Ma in China was saying the same thing.
Does he have a
like
work
all these
day?
Yeah.
super billionaires all of a sudden want 12-hour workdays. Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
of course.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
is
tell you
it
something
12-hour
about.
work days for 4 days, or is it 12
No,
hour?
like 6.
Oh, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The Jeff Bezos of the world are paying upwards of $500,600,000 a month for security, apparently. So,
Of course they are.
that's
Because the
work.
poor
That's
people
work.
sooner or later are going to eat their livers. Because how much shit can you possibly hoard, dude?
600,000 a month. In the time it took you to say that sentence, he made that.
He made
back.
that. You're right. You're right.
Spending 600,000 a month.
Dude, I
You're
read
not
that.
going to get an ounce of sympathy out
Yeah,
of me.
his
I know,
cat
I'm
pushes
just
that
saying,
off
I'm
the
just
side
saying,
of
I'm
the
just
table
saying.
in a day.
So in order to have as much money as Jeff Bezos, you have to make $1,000 like a minute since
A
Jesus
minute
died.
for like a
1500
millisecond.
In order to have as much as
Well,
Jeff
Apple was
Bezos, to put that in perspective.
Since Jesus died.
But dude, I gotta tell you something, man. I'm in like this I'm in this like New Jersey politics group
I'm
on
in that too.
Facebook.
You should
Oh
get
my
out
god,
of
it's so
it. It's
goddamn
amazing.
agonizing,
Why
How's
dude.
the
New
script?
Jersey
And where do I
101.5.
sign up?
That's all it's called.
Joining the flat
That's
Earth
all it's
page.
called. So people like me and Matt got pulled in because it was just a conservative circle jerk, and then and then other people got involved and they were like, "What the fuck is happening?" And like, it's a lot of people who vote against shit like this: a shorter work week, more money, better medical care.
And they actually try to make you feel bad
For wanting those
having-
things.
For, like having the idea of that people should be rested and paid fairly. Like
Right.
they actually try to
Yeah.
make you feel, literally make you feel bad for feeling.
Pull
bad.
yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, that's
No,
because
I mean, don't you
they
feel
had
like-
to suffer and they want you to suffer too.
That's it.
That's
Exactly
the thing.
it.
Yeah,
The
no,
That's right.
because
people that are
Newsflash.
like, well, like I had to do this the hard way, so fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never want them
Yeah.
to ever have
Sorry
it any
about
easier.
automation.
It's like the most anti-progress
sour.
fucking way of
They're
looking at
fucking
the
sour
world.
about
It's
their
like
own
saying
Yeah,
like,
bitter.
like I suffered through this disease, so there should never be a cure for anyone else. Like fuck you, go fuck yourselves. Like
Yeah.
people with
For
that
real.
fucking attitude need to just die the fuck off. So
They're
that
just
way
not
they can move
needed
on.
anymore.
Yeah, man, they're not, exactly. They're not needed anymore. And that's the whole fucking thing of it, man.
some
So-
businesses are so life consuming though, just because of that business that it is, that that part of the population has no other choice but to, have that concept that you need to put in so many. Because look, what I had to put in this many hours. It was hard work, this many hours every fucking day. But
Right.
here's where I'm at. You
Okay.
can fucking get here too. So I don't know if that's necessarily wrong for them to have that perspective. It's their whole life. That's what
Okay,
they
so
take
hold on.
pride
So I
in.
have two
Yeah, but
things to say about
they
that.
can put in 50
But their
hours.
whole
They can
life
put in
of
50 hours
suffering
a
is
week,
enough to
making
know
$8
people
an
shouldn't
hour, and
suffer.
afford a house and feed a family of 4 on that.
Yep.
Right.
When you've got a family of 4 working 50 hours a week, making $12
But
an
I'm talking
hour,
about the
and they
people
can't
who
afford to
who
put
work
gas in their car,
80,
that's a whole different
90
story.
hours a week, and that's the business that they're in.
Right.
Entertainment is 80, 90 hours a week. If
And
you want
it's
to do it
crabs in a
professionally,
bucket.
it's
But a lot of that
fucking-
comes down to the
that's
business that
no,
they
90 hours a
chose.
week.
Bunch of
Like, if
crabs
you
in a
want to
bucket,
go into
one starts to
entertainment, you
escape,
know that
the other
going
one's
in.
But
pulling
they're
back.
getting
a lot of
paid.
it comes from
Right.
It takes a
that's what
couple
I'm saying,
years,
like, you
but
could
then they
have
get
did
paid.
anything
Yeah.
and made money. Now it's so selective off of what the income level is for each job and so
Yeah.
compartmentalized that we've overcomplicated the fucking issue, and then the inflation rate just blew up and nobody kept up because we characterize people by class based on their job.
Here's the other problem,
You don't
man.
think
Here's my thing. I know so many different career paths that are like all right, not to personalize or become boring with my career path or anything of that nature, but if I wanted to, based on if you put 5 years of time into solar, right, and you learned it, and you got your maintenance certification, you could travel the country, commissioning new systems that are coming online all the time. But that takes your fucking life.
Yeah.
So they're earning let's say $130,000 a year, 115, somewhere in that neighborhood, right?
Okay.
They can afford a fucking decent life,
Right.
but they have to have their whole life consumed to do that.
Okay, so
so
hold
who
on.
the fuck is anybody else to come along
And try and
take
make
that-
it easier on you?
No,
Gee.
not on them. How could it possibly be easier on them?
Yeah, but here's the
Because
thing.
you're
Here's the
fighting
debate.
for money to survive
You know,
that you would have
Like
survived
there's
on half of
timetables.
like fucking
Like
2
there's
decades
not enough
ago.
people to
Yeah,
do
but
this. That's
no,
why
but-
it's paid well.
Right, but the point
That's
is that
why you do
the
that.
point
It's
is
your
you
life.
could have did that without having to travel the world for $150,000.
No,
a
you
year.
get
You
50,
could have made
60.
$150,000
No, but you make
just working
$50,
in the same-
$60,000 a
Yeah.
year
People-
doing the same
Yeah,
job
but
locally.
man.
Yeah, but 25
Which
years
is
ago, somebody
fine.
just went like
Dude.
this, and over
Right.
the course of years, went from $10 an hour
That
to
could mean a
90
lot of
fucking
things,
dollars
Rob.
an
Dude,
hour.
Right,
Rob, there's some
Well,
people doing that and they're making
let's-
a lot of
That's
You-
what I'm
you-
saying. That's what I'm saying. They got to a point where those factory jobs made a shit ton of money until
Yeah.
the population got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
And those jobs
Okay,
got
so-
micromanaged
Robots
and
do this
moved
now.
out.
Hold on.
the argument
Hold on. Go ahead, you, and then I'm gonna let you go. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, your situation now, you put the 5 years to get into it.
Right,
Let's
sure.
say someone talks about doing that today, but if they hit a saturation point where suddenly there isn't as many people needed in that industry.
You jump.
So, like,
You jump.
but you go to school
there's
with
less and
60
less.
people,
Right.
and
Okay.
there's 3 jobs in that area that
Sure.
need it.
Terrible.
There's another 60 people who went to another college and did it in their area. There's only 3 jobs. You're looking at now, what is it, 114 people that aren't going to get those jobs
Right.
that they put those 5 years in.
Right.
And that's happening all over the country with all different industries. People are going to school, paying
Yeah.
lots of money to get into
Yeah, man.
Well,
their
here-
trades.
well, here-
Hold
okay,
on. Hold on. I
that-
said
that-
I said it could go next. Hold on.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's again. I don't think anybody is going into a job like that thinking, "Oh, I'm going to work, 6 hours a day, 4 days a week, and I'm going to make $150,000." Before you get into that, I have the potential to make $150,000 a year, and it's a 19-hour a day.
Yeah, but that
6-day
keeps
a
up
week
with
job.
inflation. That keeps up with inflation.
Right,
Yeah.
but you're making it sound like these people are suddenly surprised that they have no life to make the kind of money that they're making. They made that conscious choice, to get into that field.
They
and
don't
say,
want to take it
I'm
away
going to do
from
this
them.
job for 10
They don't want to
years,
take it away
and then
from
I'm going
them.
to
Take
quit,
what
and I'm
away?
going to
Take what
retire
away?
and
Because
have all that money.
somebody has to pay for the subs. Dude, don't get me wrong. We waste a ton of money on bullshit.
Sure.
In this fucking country,
Sure.
and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I also don't agree with paying for school. I don't
Yeah.
think school is a good choice. I mean, sorry guys, but I just
Preach to the
don't.
choir.
I don't. And
For certain things,
it's a
it's
terrible
good,
fucking route to go today, unless you're specializing
majority,
into
no.
something specific like
Exactly.
surgeon or computer science, something that really.
Dude,
deserves
watch an entire
technical
generation
knowledge.
in debt, dude.
Computer
So I
science
hear
in
you.
my brain. That's
But here's a problem with that too, man. Is education is good for everybody.
The fuck was that?
Ghost.
That was weird.
Everyone like cats want to shut themselves in.
Dude, there's nobody else here. What
Dude,
just,
remember I was.
Was it the front door?
Moving back here
The
before.
cats have
like the
finally
bathroom
grown
door.
what the hell
thumbs.
just happened?
I think the
Anyway,
cat
so
just closed the
listen.
door.
So there's a couple of things we might have to cope with here. I don't disagree with what you're saying at all, man. Put your whole life into something, you make the big money.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I understand that. But the problem is I think the bigger complaint is people can't simply sustain themselves in any happy way without dedicating their entire lives to a job, right? Because life is too expensive now, all right? And the jobs also aren't as available as before. So Andrew Yang has 1 point. A base salary for every American is probably a good idea because jobs are becoming less and less available. And by the way, in solar, in 20 years, you're not going to be needed either because robots are going to be doing your job too.
And you know what else Andrew Yang said? And I swear to God, this was
Good.
He
Tell
also
me.
said that the number one thing about being an entrepreneur is that you're not doing it for the money, that you're not doing it for the paycheck. That's the number one rule. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you
can go
don't.
fuck himself.
I'm just saying. I don't think that's wrong either.
Yeah, people just love doing things for no money. Like that doesn't make sense.
Well,
Doesn't
he's
make
not
sense.
saying doing it for no money. I think it's the drive behind it, though. If you
Yeah.
go, if
Yeah,
you go,
but
that's
with-
a
bullshit
if
reason.
Okay, I
you're,
understand.
if you're going to devote your whole life to your job and work 20-hour days, 6 days a week, you kind of have to really love what you're doing.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
I get
probably
that, but
the driving force. The paycheck would be a very high number 2.
Can we just admit something here
But-
now?
Wait.
Well,
No,
hold on.
I have
We
enough
gotta
time
admit.
in.
Yeah, but
I have enough time in now.
Only people
in,
with a
in
lot of
my
money can
career
say
where I
shit
can
like
do
that.
a local job, have enough time to do my pursuits of happiness and
Okay.
still be able to survive. I
But
put
good
my
for
time
you.
in for that.
Not everybody's got on that path.
I understand.
What
I
happens to the
understand.
guy
I'm
who's
just
50 years
saying
old and loses his
that-
job and doesn't? You know what I'm
that-
saying?
Well, then it
Like,
goes back to
I know,
saturation.
I know.
Well, he
It
should
goes
do
back
what he
to
loves.
saturation.
It
Think
does.
about this.
It
We,
does.
I personally went to college at a time where
Whatever
my
they
generation
advertise,
was
it's
being
fucked
sold.
up.
Hold on.
Yeah, they sell it
my,
out.
my generation was being sold. I'm the first wave of people that was sold that shit.
Yeah,
You go to college,
correct.
it's going to change your life.
change your life, right?
Especially
So
for
my
teaching.
whole family of
Yeah,
blue
such a
collar
teacher
jobs
shortage.
was
Yeah.
like, you should do that. That's it's a better. It's not a better fucking promise. I
Right.
went to school for fucking 10 years.
Right.
And I paid a shit ton of money to do it.
Yep.
And walked into a saturated market to where I graduated and I was one of, out of my graduating class, one of 1,200 fucking people in the same discipline in one school. Multiply
Right.
that times 1,250 of people that flooded the market. In my discipline,
Right.
it was one of 400 resumes to every job.
Right.
No one
Sure.
said that.
Sure.
No one told
Right.
us that. No one said shit.
They flooded it.
Had they told me, you
they
could go
did it.
into woodworking, you could go into metal shop, you could
So-
go get a trade, and I would be at least unique if I could build myself up, because no matter what your resume says, no matter how many college degrees you have or whatever, you're still this guy. You're still a teacher, and you do this, and
Yeah.
you work, and that's it. At least in trades, the years equate to experience, they
Right.
equate to examples, they
Right.
equate to all this stuff. In teaching, they could hire me or they could hire Joe Schmo's nephew that
Right.
just graduated, and they don't care. It's a warm body in a classroom.
Right.
That's problematic, and I think that across the board, for employment purposes, a lot of the degree-heavy positions where that load of crock of horse shit that says if you go to college you're going to get a job, you're
Right.
going to have a better life. That's the biggest crock of shit anyone's
came
ever
up
I'm
with
so
that
happy
study.
I did a trade.
It
You
wasn't.
fucking
It
kidding
wasn't.
me?
It wasn't for about a 10-year
No,
period.
because education
and then
was
it ran out.
unique. Education was unique to people.
was a bubble.
It wasn't a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's let's sell it to the masses. Let's make everybody go to college, and they're not ready. They're not fundamentally sound to be in a classroom. And the future for them, depending on whatever crock of shit business they were sold,
Yeah.
they are not going to find a job.
Right.
They themselves, the people that go to college to learn things, need to utilize the tools in college. Education is for everybody. Everybody should be educated, whether
Different
they pay
ways.
for it or not. If
There's
you
different
wanna-
ways of education,
But-
man.
But,
hold on.
But the steering people into the lie that if you get a degree and you show up to
Right.
a fucking interview and hand somebody a
Right.
piece of paper from
No,
Yale,
keep learning.
Yeah, right.
that
Always learn.
person's
Always
qualified,
learn. Never stop
that piece of
learning.
paper
Can I
means
just
fucking
wait? Can I clarify
nothing.
something?
It's-
I don't think that you're saying education's bad. What you're saying is sinking yourself into debt for a job is bad.
Well, I'm just saying
Okay.
that the
And-
system is motivated by cash, and once that happened, the return on investment.
Welcome
once
to
they-
capitalism
yeah,
as a religion.
Yeah.
Out of all of us that are at the table here who have gone to a college, not a trade school, all of us who went to college, who here is working today at the job that they went to college to get their degree for? Raise a hand.
I can raise my hand halfway.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not.
I
so
did-
that's not
one
I
and a
did
half
work
out of
based
one,
on
two,
the
three,
computer
4, 5, 6,
designs,
7 people.
but
Not
I-
really. As a hobby.
Yeah. So one and a
But I
half
mean,
out of
I
7 who
don't
went to
feel it.
college.
And
Yeah.
that's
Really?
that's even
That's that
So-
sucks.
so- so-
that's even bigger than you realize.
So
though.
there's something else.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a
Before we
high
went to school
percentage.
for humanities, communications was the market. For 8 years, communication majors was the thing, and people never frowned upon it. And then all of a sudden, the bucks shifted like that, and it went from that to liberal arts.
Communications,
And people-
like telemarketing.
Communications was the fucking shit, though. People were like, "I'm going to school for communications." They didn't know any better,
Yeah.
so everybody got a communications degree.
Yep.
Now to go for a communications degree, it is so isolated to what exactly you want to do with communications. It's a broad field, but you have to get a degree in something for somebody in the communications field to go, "You know how to do that?" You're like, "Yeah, I know how to do that." All broad aspect communication majors didn't know shit, and they moved away from that.
The last chance that people had to actually get into a niche market was like in the early '90s with computers.
Yes.
Well,
100%.
up to I think the late '90s it was still possible.
Late '90s,
Yeah.
it was starting to get saturated.
Because
That's-
my
that's
brother
why I
went
decided
for
against
computer
it.
engineering, and he graduated in I think it was like '99 or '01 or some shit like that, and he's done well for
Yeah.
himself since then. At that point,
Yeah.
Yeah, like the only thing now is like, the only new thing now is like blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only.
But
new-
here's
Until
the
that
thing,
burns
man.
over.
yeah, until that burns
We
out.
need to start asking ourselves where we're going collectively as a species, I think, a little bit now. Because everything's been built, right? Everything's just progression from here, right? And by the way, previous generations had said, I'm going to work hard so you don't have to work as hard as me. And I feel like...
previous
that's-
generations did say that.
Right.
Don't
and
say
I-
that
and I-
any fucking more.
But
though.
No, but here's
as
the thing.
a-
Here's the thing. I feel like they've
Pissed off, I'll
accomplished
say
that. I
No,
feel
but
like
as
they
a
did
guy-
that.
as a
They
guy-
did that. All the things are built. Now
Yeah.
it's maintenance
But
and
at the,
progression,
but
right?
at the detriment
So-
of the detriment of their interpretation of a generation.
Okay, so here's
Yeah,
my
but as
thing.
a guy
Here's
who
my
put his
thing. Here's my
time
thing.
in-
Maybe
I don't
capitalism,
wanna pay for other people's shit.
democratic capitalism,
Then live on
is
a
something
fucking
that has to.
island, dude.
It has
like you
to
can't
shift.
live in a society full of other
No, no,
people.
no.
Like every
Wait,
part of your
hold on.
life depends
Hold
on
on.
someone else's
Hold on. Okay.
work or their knowledge. Going to a
Yes.
store requires
Yes.
relying on other people.
Absolutely.
Waking up and breathing. Like people that are like libertarian and they're like, I don't want to pay for
As-
fucking anything. I can
as a
fill my own
nation-
potholes. It's like they live on an island by yourself. You
As a
can't
nation-
rely on other people and not give to them as they give to you.
Societies are judged on how they treat their poor and disabled. That is 100%
Yeah, well, we're
true.
That's
terrible
why
at
and
it.
we're
we're
shit.
treating it terribly.
How's it
Terribly.
going, Sam?
Terribly.
Yeah.
No question about that. I totally
Okay, so-
fucking
so-
but,
wait a minute.
But
The college is also geared to just getting you to work for somebody else.
That's the issue. Is like what you're saying is like, well, if you want to change that, then you
So-
have to decide how we look at things. Is our society meant to be built towards supporting a corporation one day,
Yeah, that's
or
what
is
it is.
our society meant for us
Yeah.
to enrich humanity with
Okay,
knowledge?
right.
Because
So-
then
There's
school
no
doesn't
individual
become
out-
part of the conveyor belt; it
individualism
becomes a
anymore.
place of learning,
It's for
just
the
for the
company,
sake
for
of
the government.
knowing.
We have to cut to a break soon, but I want to present something really quick before we do that. I'll talk about my job much on the show, but one of the things that I presented to some people at work is the idea that we are starting to live longer, right? And there's less need for work for a lot of different industries, right? A lot of things are becoming automated and robots are taking over things, right? So we're getting to a point where the need for human labor is dwindling.
Yep.
Okay? So we need to start to ask ourselves, what are we going to do now? what do you do with a life that's longer than any generation that's come before you?
And sicker than most
you
generations
also don't have to
before.
work. You also don't
do you
have to
do?
work as much.
What do you do?
What
I
do you
got
do
the
with your
answer.
life? No, I have a lot of answers. I don't
got
know
the
if they're right. But here's the deal. We're going to cut to our break.
What do you do
I
if
need-
you define yourself by something other than your job?
I also
That's
need to ask
the
everybody in the
question.
chat.
Yeah,
I'm asking everybody in the
You
chat.
kidding me? I got
want to
that.
make sure
But
everybody
you've
can
been
hear
taught
us
from
fine.
the time you were born to define yourself by your fucking
No,
work.
Everybody
I got the
defines
Most
answer.
people
I got the
don't know
answer.
what
Fuck
the
that.
answer is.
The
'Cause
same people who say I want a better life for my kids than I had before are the same ones who will judge you for me.
No, the
Because
same
they
people
think-
pissed off.
Because
Same
they
people
think that
pissed
their
off.
kids
I
are
don't
going to
think they
be
had a
better
bad
by
life.
fucking struggling until they're
Yeah, I
nearly
don't either.
dead.
I don't
That's
think
their
they had a
fucking
bad
way
life.
of thinking
I
about
don't think
it.
people that say I want a better
What
life for
Stone's
my
got to
kids
say?
were
Like-
living
Well,
a
my
terrible
answer?
life.
My
Yeah.
answer to this question?
No, I don't want you. I want you to answer after the break. After the break. That's all I'm going to do. I want to be able to launch back into this.
You know we're not gonna remember.
Every single thing that our society
We're not
sucks
gonna
at is
remember
based
this
on the
happened.
fact that we have no fucking empathy in our society, period.
No, that's true.
Like
Yeah.
the fact
Yeah,
that
no,
like
that's right.
empathy should
Right.
be part of kindergarten and first
right
grade,
now,
and
you forget.
it should be
Right.
fucking taught.
But then it's a
Because it is
generation of
lacking
pussies.
everywhere.
But it's built that way.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because right now our
Late stage-
society is
that's
built
late
to
stage
work
Late
towards
stage
supporting
capitalism.
corporations.
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't need empathy for that. You just have to be a fucking robot.
Yeah, it's not. You don't
Something
go to
terrible
college
happens
to
to
go
the
into
world, thoughts
business
and
for
prayers.
yourself. You go into college to learn
That's
how
how
to
you
work
get.
for somebody
Exactly.
else.
Listen,
Opposed to
I want to say to everybody who's watching right now, say something. Just say hi. I don't give a fuck. Say whatever, dude. Say something.
Also, if
Show
you're
the
in
show.
the chat, let me know how the sound is.
Yeah, let me know how the sound is, because we had some weird issues tonight. I want to make sure it's good. Amanda, let me know. Mom, let me know. Brandy, let me know. Pat, let me know. Anna, let me know. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if you can hear everything okay. We're going to cut to our break. We had some performances from this season and last season that are fucking amazing. And then we're going to come back. I think there's a timer in the corner, so you'll know it should be approximately 25 minutes. We'll come back from the break, and we'll pick up on this conversation right away when we get back. Hit like and share and all that other good shit. And hi, Amanda. And we will be back in 20 minutes. Just let me know where we're at, because if you don't, I'm just going to keep on talking, all right? Hit like on the page and all that other good shit. Go check.
This song is unreleased. This is a brand new song off of regularly scheduled programming titled Bluntville. And bye, that's it. It has not been released anywhere. This is the premiere.
Watch this demonstration.
I made the beat for this one. This is one of my self-produced tracks. I performed this one time before at the Mill Hill Basement. So technically it's been seen, but by very few eyes. This is the world premiere. Check it out. Chain smoking Bluntvilles, contemplating what's real. I've been racing uphill, trying to make a fucking meal. Hungry man, what's the deal? Your belt buckle getting stuck. Only time you tuck the steel, yup, it's real. Gibby get the legend back to run the field. Busy as fuck still, and everybody wanna chill. I'm grateful for the love, but they was hating on the scrub not that long ago. Got the longer dough, what they thinking in they mud? Like what you drinking in your mug? Gibby Gibber, fill it up. Sight what it's really like, I'm in the negative with funds. But as corny as it sounds, I'm feeling rich with opportunity. Got a fistful of this loot, I'ma spend it all while doing these ciphers and shows. Lighting drum and then I'm moving 3 spaces. I'm states away to hit the stage. New to me like it's school to me. New kid, don't tutor me, cause I do this. Make move mainstream lucid. Take 2 hits to that new fifth. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime. And all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime. And all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Fuck the safer route, positive that I'll make it now. They can never take my cloud or paper out my bank account. Hit the stage and wow the crowd, take a bow, the haze come out. I hit it twice and make a cloud before I hate it can make a sound. They can doubt, but it won't take a toll on me. As if I had an easy pass attached and we ain't rolling deep. I roll with 3, maybe 2 homies that done made the crew. They all knew the many places making tunes would take me to. Staring out Mount Rushmore, motherfucker, make some room. Now I'm finna invade the moon, the spaces spread my greatness too. They only say they love me when I'm out of town. I'm a couple states away, so hit me when I'm back around. Blunt hit it, Asher hit it, ain't no passing around. I'm by my lonely for the night, putting in work in mass amounts. My ex, I used to text the shit, trying to call my phone. I told that hoe I'm doing better now, like Post Malone. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Now, that is Bluntville, off of the upcoming album, regularly scheduled programming, coming this motherfucking winter. You got the exclusive here on Awesome Talk, the best podcast on the East Coast. I'm claiming that now. Thank you, I appreciate y'all.
I'm so happy to have you guys. Fucking Awesome Talk is fucking awesome. I'm having a great time. It's been a rough couple of years. Craving all your innocence, how one could live for days like this. Well, I've been memorizing patterns, compromising my existence, living just to stay distracted, to survive our reenactment. Scenes to be recalled, pretend to be an individual, outwardly effortless. I'm well versed in your politics, but I cannot go on like this. I cannot go on in bliss through history. We left our mark. The problem is it smells like tar. The problem is it fuels the car. The problem is maybe it's the way that we communicate. Are we inherently selfish, inbred, or agitated while we're founded and surrounded here by white supremacy? But all the people who can change things are the ones that fail to see. Are we the offspring of the most violent rapists of our time? Because back then the biggest assholes were the ones that could survive, or so they say. So they shouted out a car at me when I walked down the street. 'Cause I'll just shake my fist and vow to avenge my own murderous ancestry. Blah. Solutions are evasive to this lackadaisical equation. Some become complacent, clean the cobwebs from the basement, dust the boxes full of memoirs. Hesitant, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Just show me yours. Show me, buying into superstition, appropriate misinformation. Faith now is our only fate left, so let's get annihilated. Hear the music, time to face it. Did we choose this? Can we change it? Did you walk 2 fucking moons, bitch? 'Cause we're all doomed if you didn't. Maybe it's the way that we communicate. Are we inherently selfish, inbred, or agitated while we're founded and surrounded here by white supremacy? But all the people who can change things are the ones that fail to see. Are we the offspring of the most violent rapists over time? Because back then the biggest assholes were the ones that could survive, so they say. So they wrote it in a book, but hey, who wrote that book, by the way? It's not dangerous if I'm dangerous. 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 If I'm dangerous. If I'm dangerous. If I'm dangerous. Thank you. You sure? One more? Is that okay? Okay.
Decision now!
Sunny side.
Yes?
Chords all like, oh, like,
age capitalism. It's very easy to look out into this world and see a lot of bleakness. But we here at the Swagmatics want you to try your best to realize you have a whole life to live.
Out in the distance, on the horizon, I dreams of a better tomorrow. So maybe today may be cloudy and gray, every hour is sorrow. Say it's alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. Say it's alright. Let it ride. Down on the corner, under the street lamp, you stand with your hand in your pocket. The world is turning, everything's changing, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. It's alright. Let it ride.
Thank you, friend.
Keep on keeping on, yeah. Yeah. Silver linings seldom found when you're looking down. Raise your eyes, realize I've been standing by your side. Yeah, say that it's alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. It's alright. Let it ride. Now everybody sing it with me. Yeah. Alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. Alright. Let it ride. Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dude. Yo,
Hi, fans.
can I just say something? My house is so much fucking cooler than your fucking house.
Yes, it is, bro.
It just is.
Truth hurts.
Thank you so much, guys, and Swagmatics.
Thank you.
The night grows dark, it gets cold again. Sometimes I wonder where you've been. And even though I've heard all the reasons why, you'll always be that star in my sky. If these walls could talk, they try to forget the time they've spent hearing me lament. 'Cause the pain I feel just can't be pushed aside. 'Cause you'll always be that star in my sky. Everyone I know says you did me wrong. Well, I never thought I'd have to sing this song, 'cause we promised our love until the day we die. So you'll always be that star in my sky. But I'll stand alone, I'll look up above. I can only imagine what you're dreaming of. What did you really mean when you said we could try? Was that your gentle way to pass me by? 'Cause it feels just like a dream flowing through my mind. The spaces in between, connected by a line. When I look for you, it seems like I was never left behind. 'Cause in the corner of my eye, you'll always be that star in my sky.
Strong finish.
Thanks.
Damn.
Awesome talk.
Thank you so much, Keith.
7, episode 11.
Season 11, episode 7.
Season 11, episode 7.
It's 7-Eleven.
Thank you all. It's been a blast.
Alright, this one's for Lil Omega. He loves this song. He couldn't be here. I'm gonna fuck this one up for sure, though. This is a new one. This is how we do it. Yeah, I got this. I'm the Harvey Dent of Trenton. Hit me, but you barely put a dent in. I send you to the dentist. My heart breaks, I mend it. Trenton makes The world's pretending, East Coast realism. Send my New Brunswick friends in. You get high, I've ascended. Give me a bond, I bend it. Give me a rule, I break it. The cycle's never ending. I rap tremendous, I rap condescending. I don't believe in the system, but I am the defendant. I want no detention, I get mad attention. An honorable mention, the point of mad contention. Iron Fist and Luke Cage, heroes for the rentin'. Feeling friendless, high stakes, fuck a friendship. DKFG, relentless and endless. Stand up against the tempest. My temper, I'm senseless. Nobody's on the guest list. I get shit, you're bested. I use no Smith & Wesson. Used to go to confession. Now I push it down like it was indigestion. The Catholic Church is evil, protecting priests molesting. I take no suggestions, I take indiscretions to the face and eat them.
Shit out raps from digestion.
My style's impressive, your style's depressing. I always say fuck off, but this time I meant it. Trenton, I'm a resident. Chambersburg, I'm president. Fuck what you believe in and everything you represent. I am now exempt. You ask for strife, it's what you get. My evidence is heaven sent, but hell is where I'm headed next. Sisyphus, 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 666, Sisyphus, 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 Sisyphus. I did better than I thought I would do on that one, so that's a win. That's a win. Awesome talk. DKFG. Thank you guys for having me.
Ready when you're ready.
Big up to Awesome Talk, though, huh?
Ready when you're ready.
I'm ready when I'm ready.
Whenever you want to drop that. Yeah. Like, whenever you want it, you might get it. Don't swan it, you're the next is the epic. Don't sweat it, don't forget the kinetic energy flexing. Check how we do it in Belmar from Trenton. I took 95 to the east of direction. Not to mention everything was flexing. The rain started falling, the beat started calling, and Rob said, you better do that shit that making people just bob head and rock with it, non-stop dropping. Everything is cool, yeah. Don't you assume an assumption, cause I have to switch the function in your face. Come through amazing and leave the whole trail blazing. Everything is cool, we had a discussion about the nation and all the fucking type of shit that's mad and crazed in the installation and the flayed education and the financial institution, the shit they're producing and the way that they're moving. Keep it cool when I'm cruising. Yeah, my man Matt Rockasset is producing the whole ill material. Yeah, in the morning with the cereal, I bring it back together with material you never heard of. I bring it from the outer galaxies, off of my noggin, yeah. Make a little salary, but it's never enough because the stuff costs too much in this life we live. So what's up? Yeah, straight off the noggin, off the top. That's how we do it with my man Rob when we rock. So yo, I'm about to give a little flex as he takes a little breath and go on to the next. And like back to the dirt, I return, let it burn again. Turn clock back to the boom bap and make them learn. That's how we burn when we rock it in the set. Live and kinetic with edge energy, we flex so they have something to spit with it. We'll spit shit till they split and they spit liquid. Form-fitted lyrical clothes, beats and artistry, not just an addition. It's a part of me. Rock to the rhythm I'm living, I put my heart in it. I'm just a sub in the game, I didn't start in it, but I'ma make a run now. Some way and somehow. 5 consonants, 1 vowel, spin the wheel. I'm so tired of spinning wheels. I don't like division, but I'ma say how I feel. Truth over fiction, regardless of truth's friction. The gaps need bridging like when there's a tooth missing. Who few will listen to such as I backslidden in these days when more and more less of a F's given. Text written, sorted, distorted, a small fortune worth none to some, to others a small fortune. This is a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome Talk season just starting to get warmed up. Yup, like this. It's a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome talk is just starting to get warmed up. Yup. Peace. Respect. Thanks, y'all.
Hey.
Peace, Rick. Thank you, man.
God, you guys
Rob,
put out
man.
a fucking album.
It's mad fun, yeah.
Hey, this is Rick from Awesome Talk. Why not go grab yourself a beer, because we'll be right back.
We are back.
Are we back?
We are back.
We are back! Hey, y'all heard that?
It's like the diabetes guy all over again.
Yeah.
The diabetes guy.
It's a lot of ableist talk going
Yeah.
on in there. Some ableist talk going on.
Wilford Brimley or whatever his name.
Why do you gotta otherize?
Wilford Brimley.
Oh, diabetes?
Yeah.
Don't otherize.
The guy who popularized diabetes.
Hey, what's up, Madison? What's up, Danielle? What's up, Kelly C. Murphy? Hi, Rose. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the chat. So here we are. We're back.
Oh.
I personally don't see this to be a very bad reason to go ahead and do another around the bar.
What? No one heard what you just said.
I said around the bar. All right.
Hey!
A quick around the bar. I'm Rick and I'm the host.
I'm Rob and I do rob things.
He's a bank robber.
I bank rob.
I'm Keith and I'm just here.
I'm Pat and I think I'm here.
Good job.
I'm Frankie and I stay hydrated.
Dude, it's hard to do that, man. I'm not even fucking kidding around.
Yeah, staying hydrated is no joke.
I'm not even kidding around.
It's no joke.
Real shit.
I'm Rob and I try to do different Rob things.
Hydration lights.
Oh, interesting.
We don't overlap the rob things.
Exactly. Yeah,
You have to
try
wear your rob with the
harmonize.
difference.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm wearing it all out in the open.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
He has a very hard, shameful time admitting who he is.
He doesn't like. He doesn't like when there's like a format of something, and he feels the need
likes
to
the
rebel
pressure.
against
I understand that. I do understand.
Like Stones' autobiography would be called "Stupid Rebellions." All right, guys, let's take a picture. Like, dude, just take the fucking picture.
I know. Take the picture
He just
already.
throws rocks into rivers.
Yeah, like, this is like fuck,
Formality.
yeah, fuck the river for no
Formality.
That
reason.
river.
Yeah, that river was rockless before you showed up.
Yeah,
Kill that
Concept.
flow.
it was just a regular ass river before, until Stones showed up. Go ahead.
Stone.
And I'm Matt, and I'm happy to be back from break.
I'm
You have
happy
a
to
mic
do that
over there?
too.
Can anybody hear him?
Yeah, they can hear him. They can hear him enough.
I keep wondering that. I'm like, I don't see a mic over there.
They
What's
can
going
hear
on?
me. He's just talking to us.
Yeah, they can
Can
hear us.
anybody hear
It's
him?
amazing what these mics in the middle can pick up. Actually.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna contribute to the same problem that I complained about like a total hypocrite. And
Okay.
I want to talk about the fact that a stupid Walmart sweater got as much press as it fucking
I
did.
told you he'd forget.
Yep, I didn't forget.
Oh shit.
I didn't forget that we were talking about something else before we went to break.
Oh, okay.
But I was changing the subject because I thought it was time to turn the page and go to another chapter.
But you
if
can't
guys...
tell people that they're gonna come back from break to talk about whatever, and then not do it.
Totally neglected it.
Okay, so the question was before we cut to break is the claim is we're gonna live longer than any other generation and we have less work to do. So what are we gonna do with our fucking time? Stones had an answer. Go ahead.
Fuck tradition. Make shit for each other and trade it with each other. Make custom shit. Design your life. Fuck everything that's around you that fucking looks like the same shit in every other fucking place you go into. Fucking design that shit. Make it your own.
So you all just have houses that are all
So
exactly
we're going
alike?
back to medieval times. We're regressing.
But
Scientifically, we certainly are.
Oh, well, I think you're
As a
talking about more
society,
like
it's dark
arts,
ages.
music, whatever, right? It doesn't matter.
Customize your
what
shit.
Means like build a
Fucking-
fucking
Can I tag on to that?
thing and sell it.
Go ahead.
Some other things.
What is this?
Sarah, go ahead, open it.
I don't know if my arthritic hands would
I've been
be
working on
able
a side
to,
hustle.
Is that gaff tape? Is that what that is?
Painter's tape.
Yeah, I know what
Painter-
gaff tape
If you're
is.
able
Stones
bodied
likes to mention a lot of
hands.
different tapes.
Side hustle.
I've been working on a
crate
side
tape.
hustle, doing custom glass.
Oh, that should be good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're awesome, dude.
Oh, these
So-
are fucking sweet, dude.
All hand etched with a Dremel.
What?
Custom work I've been doing lately.
Oh no shit.
So I got
Fucking
that one.
love
There's
this.
another one in there. It's for you and Sarah.
This guy gets it.
See,
This guy knows what's going on.
he's pulling himself up by his bootstraps, Stones. You and your favorite president, President Trump. Can I? Is this?
Dude,
Still
I
trying to
handed
open
it
it.
to you to open because I have arthritic hands and you're
Yeah, I'm just-
struggling.
You know,
The tradesman
there's a lot
over
of
there.
layers.
Yeah, the tradesman.
He has a
Seems to be
he's got a CNC machine
thick.
to do that for him.
Wow.
It's the easy way
As
out.
someone on
trouble with
this
this?
show once stupidly blurted out that made no sense, the tape is thick.
Yeah,
It's definitely
that's right.
thick.
It's thick. It's thick.
This is the longest opening of a present I've ever seen.
I feel like
Now,
he's,
if this were Christmas, I would have had 3 coffees.
he's
with
making
Baileys
it
and
take a long
Kahlua.
time on purpose.
The Easter
He's doing
Bunny's
it on
tapping out
purpose.
the mall scanner right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, let's go. Come on.
Grandma's with arthritis open shit.
Nothing that
I
he's
hope
doing
it's
right
an
now
S
is turning
piece of
anyone
glass that
on.
has a middle finger.
Here we go.
Right
It
where
says
you-
fuck Stones.
Yeah. That would
The
have been a
slow
great
reveal.
prediction.
Fuck Stones.
Dude, this is awesome.
That's fucking amazing.
Here, so we don't have to wait until next season.
We're already in episode 5.
He's like, I know how I wrapped it. Just give it back.
Exactly. Oh, look at that. Like a pro.
There we go.
And there's your fucking glass.
Yeah.
They're awesome, man.
Put your
I love it,
goddamn
dude.
water
Thank
in
you
there.
so much, Fud.
Not a problem, guys.
So Stone says, you know, make your own fucking place. If you're gonna live longer, they say that
Like you can't have a situation like that unless there's an enormous shift in consciousness because anything that relies on artistry first is looked at as selfish and lazy.
Wait,
And-
hold on. Artists changed outcomes of wars.
You're right, but that doesn't mean if you walk up to most people and say I'm an artist, you're not immediately
Yeah.
fucking
I think
pointed
you're
into a
walking-
certain
Nah,
I
category.
think you're walking a fine line
Yeah, people
between
don't-
what
yeah.
Stones is saying. Let's not sugarcoat it. That's socialism, dude.
It's communism.
It's communism.
Yeah.
It's create the good for
And it-
everybody else. It's
and it's evil,
You know, I hate
Stones.
to use those.
Am
terms.
I being evil?
Listen, no,
You tell me I'm being evil.
I hate those
Don't
terms.
say it like that. I don't think I am. I
I
mean,
hate
I'm not
those terms
saying that.
because
I
they're
don't
not
think-
as related
I
as
don't
everybody
think-
says.
But that's
I
the
think it's-
utopian
I
result
think
of
it's,
it.
I think it's communalism.
That's
It's
the
basically like I
utopian
see you
idea of
living.
it.
I want to live with you. I think we can all benefit. I'm good at this. You're good at that.
Right.
I don't need your necessary. I don't need you to reimburse me right this fucking second. But in the event that I need something down the road, you offer that to the tribe.
Right.
Like you, it's a matter of, and I think that. You know, when you have nationalism and you have the pride in a country where everybody roots for their country,
Yeah.
but shits all over their,
Their
fellow
neighbor.
man, it's
Right.
like
I don't
Yeah.
root
this
for
is
this
not
country.
the way a country runs.
I don't root for this country. I root for the people that live in this
No.
country and see how
Because
much
you have too many people humping
I don't
America and not thinking about the
fucking-
United States.
Like I hate when people fucking challenge people online. They're like, oh, you know, you rooting for the immigrants? Take them into your house. Oh, you root for these people? Take them into your house. You're like, if I had the fucking money or the options, I fucking would.
Exactly.
You know,
right.
that's decent humanity. That's
Right.
like,
Yep.
you know, but you can, and my whole argument's always been like, oh, well, you can put fucking $20 in somebody's Girl Scout box, or you can put it in a soccer league or a football league or something. You can donate that money, but in your regular life to help regular fucking people, if it's not your friend's kids or it's not somebody that you know distinctly, you don't want to help anybody. It's the pity on them, whatever fucking bullshit. And the thing behind that is that if you have any human decency, That's where that kind of thing comes in. If you're at home making making something out of something that you like, you're doing this because it's a side hustle. Because you know it'll make money eventually, but you also enjoy doing it, right? And if it were up to you, you would gift this shit to everybody if you had the money to buy the glasses, just because you like the artwork and the thing that you're doing at home.
Yeah.
But that's not the way our country works. Right. Eventually, for you to be able to do that, you need to see some kind of gross income. The aggravating part about that is you shouldn't have to.
Right.
You know, that we have enough resources. And as you said, all the people that are retired, all the people that won't have to work because of automation, there's articles out there, endless amounts of articles by economists and people who are like, what are we going to fucking do?
What do we do?
Yeah. Because we can't create jobs for people when there aren't jobs. There's not enough for
and when
everyone
there's not
to
a need
contribute.
for them.
Let them cook.
Like
Let
listen,
them
man.
take the fucking garbage
Part
out. Let
of
them
the
do something.
problem, people call millennials lazy, and I don't think that's entirely it. I think they just see a lot of shit as unnecessary.
It is.
And I'm like, you're kind of right. Yeah, it's unnecessary. There's a lot of unnecessary shit going on.
We lived
so
through
now
5
what?
generations of people who thought you had to buy a lot of shit.
And like she said,
and do a
people
lot of
define
shit.
themselves by what they did for a living.
It's because
Now
it's
what?
the only thing most people do.
But I think a lot
It's
of
when
a lot of
when
the
it
reason-
demands all of their time and energy and thought, then what the fuck else are
Look
they? By the time they're
look
burnt
how
out.
crazy retired people go. They have nothing. Like they have nothing to do. They
You know
don't
what we
to
would do? You know what we would do?
Those people never had hobbies.
We
They
would
never
make
had
music all the
ideas.
fucking time. That's what we do. We would make music all the time. We would make videos all the time. And you would fucking be
you
here
have
all the time. Like, that's what would happen,
The
dude.
thing is, we all have crazy interests that we know won't make money.
you know what?
Unless you can get the backing of somebody to financially invest in it. You have to do shit where it's like, oh, well, there's the money. Why? Why is the money there?
Right.
And not somewhere else?
About the lazy thing,
People
you
like
know,
extravagant shit.
right.
Go
They
ahead.
say a lot of the reason they say the millennials are lazy is because they want to be paid more money for the work that they're doing because of inflation, cost of living, everything else.
Some of it's just
There
logic,
wa-
too.
But there was a report that came out that said all the people who were born during the time frame to be classified as millennials have 3% of the entire wealth of the country.
Wow.
The boomers had 18% of the wealth of the entire country
When they
at
were
the
the
time,
age of
when
the-
they
right,
were when
sure.
they were in the same age.
Very
so
different.
yeah, you can't really classify them as being lazy when
Right.
they have
They're working
No
harder
stake.
for
They've
less
got no
money.
stake.
they've got
Yeah.
20% of what you had
Sure.
when you said you were struggling. So where's the parallel?
Yeah.
We also have the problem too where we are doing a lot of the same jobs that people were doing back then with computers that make us as an individual far more efficient. Today, like just for an example, I do a 5-hour shift. I was setting up automation for the next year for what I essentially do, but it's sending out emails every time something gets sold, anytime a contract comes back in. I'm not programming, if I say that wrong word, but I'm telling this program these basic steps that when A happens and B also happens, email person C. And I set all that up today while watching a webinar. And now, for the next year, those tasks are just going to happen anytime a box gets checked.
Right.
And in the past, someone doing that exact same job would be tracking all these contracts, doing all these things. I'm still doing that,
Yeah,
but I'm
all
doing
those
it
jobs
far
are
more
eliminated.
efficiently
Yeah.
rather than having to have 3 people do the job. I can do it in my 5-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And that's happening in every industry. Like, we're just becoming more efficient, and there's 7.7 billion people today where when the boomers were our age, well, not even my age, getting out of college, there was just over 3 billion people. And that's not in America. But in America, we have it's about 340 million people.
Yeah.
More than half in the working age. Where are they going to work? Especially now that every job itself is more efficient.
Right.
Because of computers, which are great.
Right.
But there's less.
But the painful part is that it's a sign of human progression.
Yeah.
Right? Like human beings going, hey, we don't have to do this anymore. That should have been the point. But we made the point, capitalism. Like, we made the point, I'm going to have more shit than you because I worked harder than you. But what about when those jobs go away? Like it seems that human beings have sort of painted themselves into a corner because of the
what
way
about
that they
people's
look at the
yachts, though?
economy.
What about people's yachts? You don't want people
What
to have
about
yachts
hoarding
anymore.
billions of
You
dollars
want
for
people to have
That's what it
diabetics
comes
that
down
can't
to. It
afford
comes
their
down
insulin
to
to
debt.
stay?
This is like the
People
last
are saying,
party.
"Oh, I want a
It's like
jet."
the last party for the rich
Yeah.
is right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because after this, we can't sustain the fucking planet like this anymore, or ourselves, or anything.
Exponential
Because it's
growth
not
is just
necessary.
There should never be billionaires. There is no fucking
There's
reason.
no reason.
For it. The amount of lifetimes they have to live in order to spend that money, like. Poor people spend something like they put something like 90% of their money back into the economy. People that are way up at the top put like something like a percent to 10%, like maybe at the most, and like, and it's like, dude, they're hoarders, but we
I've
don't
gotten to the
fucking
point
call them
that
out as
you
hoarders.
really think that
They're
that
addicts.
means something? You know what I mean? Like if you look at somebody and you're like, you think your fucking car means something. I mean, it's great to have the stuff that you like to have, living within your means, living in a world where that's what I kind of wanted, but that's it. You know, made yourself comfortable and shit. But the uber wealthy and the people that spend money on top of shit, where it's like, really, this is what you have to go to. You have to go to that extreme. When you've got that many people that have that kind of wealth and spend that kind of money, does it help industry? Sure. Does it cause competition? Sure. You know, you with all the media urge to make everybody want to buy the things that people have bought before and to emulate people. We talk about Kanye West. He was a proponent of that kind of shit. You know, like you live a lifestyle. We live in a world of reality television where people see things, and the next thing you know, those people on the reality television shows are multi-millionaires because they created something solely because of their brand. We brand every fucking thing. And it gets to a point where, what else can you fucking brand? And you're going to come to a realization real quick that you can't eat and you can't survive off all that shit when you're paying back the debt just for having the shit so that other people give a fuck about it. And the fact that we don't have the moral aspect or the moral compass to understand that across the country of 329 million fucking people, we still pride ourselves on how much shit we have.
Right.
Yeah.
How much could you have?
Right.
And what does it do for you? Because at the end of the day,
I mean, the
Yeah, nobody
billionaire,
really gives a shit.
when you get to the
Nobody
point where you're a
else cares
billionaire,
what you
it's
have.
just addiction.
No, you're just throwing
It's a
rockets,
different
just throwing
form of
satellites
addiction.
in the sky.
You're not putting a needle in your arm, but you're a
Because that
fucking
whole-
addict.
That whole helping industry and creating competition ends. You get to a point where you get to diminishing returns.
Right.
You know, they keep saying, you know, all the ultra conservatives are complaining that, you know, if Elizabeth Warren was president and her whole tax the ultra rich thing went through, Jeff Bezos would have had to have paid like $38 billion in taxes last year.
So what? He's got 130
He'd still have $74 billion. How would he ever survive on $74 billion? You know how many companies Amazon has bought over the past 5 years?
Yeah, it's total sweep, dude.
That's stifling competition. That's not creating competition. Now
It's
it's like you said.
monopolizing.
Yeah, look at insulin companies, dude. That's a great example of
that
monopolization that shouldn't exist.
unregulated economy that we lived in for the last 30 years allowed people like Jeff Bezos to buy out and exploit every and the crazy thing is conservatives hate Jeff Bezos, which is nuts because
it is nuts.
That's actually their model. Right, conservatives, Republican ideology, or at least the idea of what Republican ideology has been big business. The reason Trump got elected is because he's a businessman, tells it like it is, knows how to make a lot of money. Well, Jeff Bezos is the top of the fucking charts, and the big fucking shark ate up all of those big industries that people grew up in. Kmart, Caldor,
Did you see
Walmart,
the hard times?
And keep in mind that
They don't hold
Amazon
a
is
fucking
about to
candle
start
with Jeff
doing
Bezos because
pharmaceuticals.
Before
Yeah.
anything in this
great.
room
For real?
reaches a store, a brick and mortar store that you own, that a corporation owns, Bezos already has that company got. So
Yeah.
that somebody in their house
Dude,
sat on
he's
their
got
couch
enough
in their
money to get
underwear
his
and was
own
like,
country.
You know, this is the first year in history of all taxes that the rich have paid less taxes than working class.
Well, zero is a pretty hard number to beat.
This is literally the first year that this has ever happened.
there has never been wealth like there is now.
No fucking way, dude.
For
In
like
such
a couple
con-
people.
In such
Yeah.
I mean, there has been. If you look back at the Gilded Age, or you look back at like the wake of the 1930s after the collapse of the stock market, there were a conglomerate of people who made a lot of money because they jumped on an industry real quick. But the competition, you know, I tell people all the time, you walk down a supermarket and it's like, well, you don't have to buy Hellman's mayonnaise. You can buy 76 other brands of fucking mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Why?
But you're still
I'm a
buying
beer
mayonnaise.
drinker. There's well over 100,000 different craft beer
Totally.
makers in the country.
100,000.
What? Without a doubt. There's fucking there's at least there's fucking 9 in the surrounding area where we're sitting right now.
Yeah.
So if you do that math and you look at like How many are in each state growing every day, creating the same
sure.
product to compete with each other?
Yeah.
Because it's great. It's a great thing because they have their own
The price of life has
stuff.
to go down, though. It has to.
But to
because
charge top dollar for that shit to compete with other people.
Right.
Well, my shit's better than you. I release it
Right.
once a year. Okay, that's great. But like, so does every fucking buddy
Right.
else. You know, and
now you're
the
paying
problem with that is that
$29.95
you've
for a
created-
4-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You've
you,
created
but now
competition.
you got 100 different choices, but you're giving your money to the same corporation every time.
Right.
Because it hasn't hit that, right? So like the big corporations
It's all monopolized
bought.
now.
Oh,
Nestle owns everything.
You own Walmart.
Dude,
Amazon
Nestle
owns everything.
Nestle
But you bought
owns
the
Nestle
you bought
Water
the
and
Chelsea
Poland
Coke,
Springs.
You bought the
A whole
fucking
bunch of
Coke
stuff.
industry. Like you're invested in so much.
I found that out recently.
Dude,
Like you
and
can buy
almost
Nestle
every
Water and
generic
Poland
version
Springs.
is
It's the
owned
same
by
fucking
the
company.
brand version of the same thing. If you buy generic Fruit Loops in the plastic bag on the bottom
They're
shelf,
fucking
it's
Fruit
fucking
Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
Same
right.
company.
How can that not be the smartest thing to do? Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'll be the competition and I'll be the
Yeah,
brand.
you're your own
There
competition.
was a funny
so there is
story
no competition. That's
years
the
ago.
thing.
For anybody who followed sports, Brian Bosworth, when he was with the Seahawks, very polarizing guy in sports. You either loved him or you hated him.
Right.
You could go to the like souvenir booth at the stadium, and you could buy a shirt that said, "We love Boz," and you could buy a shirt that
Oh, I
said "Fuck
remember that.
Boz."
Yeah.
He
Wow.
made both of them.
Wow.
Because he said, I don't give a
Genius,
fuck if they
dude.
like me or hate me. I just want them to
Genius.
buy a fucking shirt.
Right.
He didn't give a shit which side of the
Damn.
fence you were on. He made them both because he knew that they were both sides of the fence. So yeah, you don't have to buy Hellman's mayonnaise. You could buy, Steve's mayonnaise.
Everything except
You know,
Miracle
But
Whip,
if
okay?
one
We
company
can all agree
owns
on
those
that.
four,
funny-
they know that.
one
So you're
funny
still
thing.
throwing
Monopolies
money into
are
the
on
same
the world,
pocket.
man.
Yeah, man.
Giant
There's a
alcohols.
chart out there that shows like there's 6 main
Liberals make
companies,
some
like you
of
said,
that money
Kraft,
off Trump
Nestle, all this stuff
Yeah.
that
Right.
own
It's
like
all everything.
400 different brands.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which brand you buy, you're still throwing in the
Billionaires
And the
same
crazy
should
thing
not
is, you could be
exist.
buying ketchup and you're giving money to the people who own an oil company, or you're giving, you're buying salt or diapers, and it's all going to the same
Right.
company.
Yep.
And there's no checks and balances on that.
Nope.
Nobody.
Who just bought Monsanto? Bayer? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bayer, yeah.
Bayer
Really?
owns
Yep.
everything now.
Yeah.
If they
Bayer
couldn't be
owns
more
everything.
evil, then they would have been fucking for it, dude.
Aside from
A
the
moment
fact
for
that
Bayer.
fucked up.
They
Bayer
bought
owns
Monsanto right
ketchup
before the
now.
lawsuits hit.
Heinz, all that shit.
Yeah, that's
well, they
why
got
they
more
did
money
it.
than God. So
Well, no,
yeah,
Wow.
they bought it just before, and now they're paying out
for Monsanto's
for all
lawsuits.
the Monsanto lawsuits.
Amazing.
And they everything, ketchup, mustard, everything. They own everything now. Pharmaceuticals.
Cats and
food
dogs
industry,
living together.
everything.
Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
See that new
It's
trailer?
sick, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
They even own illegal
trailer looks
substances.
hot.
They own
Yeah.
everything.
Of course,
They
man.
own everything. They
Yeah,
have a
see.
patent on heroin
And
still.
it needs
facility,
to change.
Mr. Beckman.
Like
Yeah.
there has to be a day where enough poor people stop
And
fucking
why?
blaming themselves and each other for shit,
Yeah.
and they start looking up and going, something's not right about this.
Yeah.
That guy owns my life and the
man.
life of every
Please.
fucking person I know, and he's just
No,
sitting
and
on a
you
boat
know-
somewhere in the middle of the fucking
With
in the
Yeah.
middle of
security,
fucking,
so nobody comes and kills him.
with his
Right.
secret
Yeah.
bank
Have you
accounts.
seen the new
Like,
trailer?
they are
Cats and
protected to
dogs
such a
living
degree. Like businessmen shouldn't need
Yeah,
security
it's
guards.
Interesting.
What
Exactly.
reason should they?
Right.
Can
If you're
anyone
an
think of any
ethical
good
businessman,
fucking
you
reason?
should
Yeah.
never need
You
a
never should
security.
never need
Yeah,
that shit,
well,
right?
That'd be a great fortune.
There's
It's a
just-
great
Charged
crime.
overnight.
There
Yes.
is
That's
no
the
reason
reality
for
of it.
there to be one
That's
billionaire on
crazy.
Earth. 0 billionaires should exist.
I mean,
there,
unless
it
you're carrying,
literally
like,
should
100
not
grand
have
on you
more
or
money
something,
than
you
you
might
could
want
ever
security,
use in
but-
a million fucking lifetimes.
Yeah.
That should never exist. You're not just keeping your money to yourself. That's not really your money. That's part of the larger pool that exists in this country.
Well,
We're not
the truth
just
of the matter
printing
is-
like, I mean, it's not like backed by gold anymore, but the point is like it's still hoarding. You're hoarding something that should be part of fucking society for
$17
no
trillion in
reason.
national debt could be paid off tomorrow
Yeah.
if people put up the money to fucking do it.
Nope.
You know how
No,
much
you don't think
inflation
so?
could be killed
You don't
if
think
you
there's
got
that many
rid of the
billionaires? I
Fed?
think there's that many billionaires out
More
there.
than
for
that.
No,
sure.
of course I think there is. I
No,
just
it
don't
just
think they would
never
ever do
happened.
that.
I'm just saying.
It's
reality
so
is
much
we-
more
we-
lucrative to keep people struggling. Struggling people are
Yeah, keep 'em
lucrative.
poor. That's
Debt
the
is what
motto.
keeps the fucking
That's the
years
motto.
There's a city in Michigan that can have clean water after 10 years for a very, very, very small piece of that too, and nothing's doing shit about that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So let's
it's
talk.
embarrassing is what it is.
I wanna-
It's fucking embarrassing because the truth of the matter is, as much as poor people blame each other for shit that they shouldn't, we also sort of let it happen. We have celebrity culture. Everyone bought into this fucking American dream facade where, like, I don't want to fucking make no billionaires exist. I'm gonna be one day. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
live in reality. Your chances of being a fucking billionaire are less than getting struck by lightning. So, like, be realistic here, because I see so many people talk about, like, if I work hard, I can be one of them. Why would I? They worked hard for that money. I'm not gonna take it away from
they
them.
had other people work hard for
Dude,
that money.
that is a fucking. That's the message they want you to have, because they, like, it's so sick, man. Like, and it's so deeply rooted in our fucking psyche. Like, maybe not us at the table, but overall, that's what you see. They worked hard for that.
Yeah,
really?
you're
You
exploiting
really
other
think
people's
that
lives.
fucking they
That's it.
worked hard for that money? Most
Yeah,
of them
right.
inherited that fucking money.
Yeah,
Give me a
right.
break.
Well, they started with a purse big enough to just start whatever they wanted to do.
Exactly.
You got an idea, you could have a glass etching company tomorrow if you had the parents that were like, I bequeath you $450,000 to go into that business.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like
$50,000?
Trump talking
Yeah.
about how he started from
$450,000.
nothing, just a measly $1 million loan.
Yeah, right,
It's
right.
like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
right.
are you
Trump
talking
started with a
about,
measly
dude?
$1 million loan. Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Where can I get a measly $1 million loan?
Yeah, help me out, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah, no
even
interest.
if we had
Don't
one,
even
we wouldn't
have to
fucking
pay
start
it back.
some $1 billion
Yeah.
business. We'd pay
It's a
off our
gift.
fucking debts to all these
Here's
fucking
$1 million.
assholes.
It's a grant.
Yeah.
Yep, debt free.
Which means they get the money any fucking way.
Yeah. All right, so listen, I want to talk to our guests because we're gonna cut to a break soon. So I want to talk to guests because Frankie V is gonna perform tonight too.
All right.
So
Yes, sir.
the first thing I want to do is
he just found that out right now.
I want to talk to Podcast Rob about the Something Something Cast and anything else you want to talk about or promote that's going on in your life right now.
Well, we are taking the month of December off for the holidays, but we are coming back in January. We have started streaming one of our recordings every month, so twitch.tv/somethingcomethingcast.
Good for you. I want to do the same
We're
thing.
going to post all that stuff up on Twitter and Facebook.
Yep.
You can also go to shop.somethingcast.com. My co-host James has a vinyl business he's been doing for the past couple years. I'm starting to get into the glass etching thing. We've got t-shirt shops and stuff there, so yeah. Just keep it moving, keep it moving. This is coming up on 7 years, so if somebody told me 7 years ago we'd still be doing this 7 years later, I think we'd tell them they were fucking crazy.
Awesome Talk
but-
is approaching that soon.
Did we like meet you guys when you were just starting out, or had you been? A
No,
show?
we had all kind of. I think we all kind of joined that whole Potter and Family thing right around the same time.
Yeah, about the same time.
Yeah, I mean they only had like 300
Yeah.
followers or something when they hit
And
us
then
up.
there was a Forbes magazine article that had like Potter and Family
Yeah.
like, a few years later. Like it was insane, dude. It's
And then
crazy.
everybody who owns a
No,
a
so it's a
snowball
hashtag called Potter and
That's
Family.
actually pretty fucking cool.
Nice.
And so Awesome Talk, Ice in the Face, Something Something Cast, man, like a whole bunch of us podcasts that started years ago, all got kind of included in that fucking group when it started because we were all there at the very beginning.
What was Jay and
Basically
Brady
was
in
a,
the chat in it?
Jay and Brady, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
What's up,
basically
man?
it was a like retweet and promotion hashtag.
And it went
so
fucking
you
berserk.
joined this little community, and then
Yeah.
every time you posted an episode on Twitter, tag that hashtag in
Yeah.
it, and then that would retweet it. So now they're up to something like
Yeah.
18,000 members in this group.
I feel like
So-
Nick from Epic Film Guys was one of the
Absolutely.
starters, or
They
did start
it,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, fucking amazing.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it did a lot of good for all of us, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for shit like that, I wouldn't be down here because we never would have met and caught up and everything else.
Right,
so
exactly.
Made a lot of good friends from it too.
Yeah, for real, man. Dude, I love you, man. I'm so happy you're here, dude.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much,
Good times,
dude.
good times.
Frankie V, you're going to perform tonight.
Yes, sir.
But do you have anything that you want to promote? And I know that you fucking do because I know that your album is coming out, dude.
Yes.
So please talk about
Album's
anything you want to
coming
talk
out.
about.
Literally just got 50 copies of it sent in the mail, like not even an hour or two ago. Just got them in.
Nice.
But it's not dropping until the 28th. On the 28th, we're going to be performing a show at Mill Hill. We got a whole bunch of really nice lineup. We got my dude Lagoon right here. He's going to be booming through. That's his new catchphrase, too. Lagoon is booming through. I'll make sure I deck him out with a shirt that says that, too.
We talk about you.
Yeah, always.
Booming
And then, so yeah, it's going to be a fresh lineup. Ray Strife, Il Omega, Jay Para of Poet on Drugs is going to be there. Wade Wilson. Got a lot.
Mark Henley.
Yeah, Mark Henley's going to be doing some stand-up there.
God, I
so
love
it's
Mark
gonna
Henley.
be sick, yeah. Legends, yeah, it's going to be legendary. Yeah, thank you for having me on tonight.
I love you,
I love
dude.
you guys.
Thank
guys
you
are
so much,
awesome.
man.
You guys inspire me. This shit, like you guys were just saying now, I was just absorbing it. I was a sponge in that moment in time. That shit was sacred wisdom just being dropped. Yo, so yeah. Thank you, everybody. You
Love
guys
you,
are
dude.
the best. Love you too.
Now, Keith, I've known you longer than anyone here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've known him longer than me.
I have.
96.
Wow, that's shocking.
Because
dude.
TWiNE was together when I met you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So was he at the band practice that I
Yep.
went to when Scott auditioned?
He's the only drummer.
I went with him
I
to that
got
audition.
Scott.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Keith is the only
I am
Keon.
Scott.
I called up Keon and I asked him, like, hey, do you have Scott's number? I wanted to talk to him about something.
I want to
He's like,
steal
yeah, here
him
you
for
go.
your band.
And then I called up Scott and got him to audition for TWiNE.
Yeah.
That was, that was probably like 98 or so we got Scott.
Yeah.
But 96, you and I started just messing around in your basement.
96,
97 was the
97,
first
yeah.
show.
Yeah. First TWiNE show.
So like
ever, yeah.
November-ish of 96 is when we started playing together
Yeah.
in the basement.
I'm not kidding when I
think
tell
Scott
you
was
this.
there in '98 because I was.
No, Scott wasn't there until 2000.
Yeah. it must
Oh
have
wow,
been
was that much
2000.
longer?
It was that much longer, yeah. And when it started out, look, Keith is one of the greatest drummers I've ever met in my entire fucking life.
I'm one of the few drummers you'd met at that point.
But at this point,
All of my,
That was the most
I
humble
have always
response
said,
possible.
I've
high
always
school.
said
What did
that
you-
like the drummer from Tool, I always thought was like the most
15
incredible
when you met me.
drummer.
You don't know
And
drummers.
I have always said that Keith and the drummer from Tool are the best drummers I've ever seen in my life, hands
Well, thank
down.
you.
Like there will never be, in my opinion, I don't think anyone that would be better. Like you're just an amazing drummer.
I just like writing music. That's all I ever wanted to do. But yeah, we had fun back then.
yeah, man,
For like 15 years we did that.
a long ass fucking time, dude. So you have been through a lot of shit in the last few years.
Yes.
And you've told me a lot of different stories about things that have happened to you and good things that have come of it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if you would like to share any of that.
Okay, well, for the audience out there that doesn't know, I'm in remission from cancer. I've had 2 bouts now. Germ cell tumor or yolk sac tumor. Essentially, it's just a really sticky, nasty tumor that can form anywhere in your body. It's under the testicular family, but it has nothing really to do with like what people think of testicular cancer. I had like a nasty mass got up to about the size of a softball on my heart and left lung a few years back. Another one a couple months later on my tailbone, which I still kind of have, but I'm in remission for now just over 3 years. But as a result of this terrible thing that happened to me, I met some amazing people, became a part of a couple different communities. One is called For Pete's Sake. I'm actually going to meet a bunch of them tomorrow night. We're going to a California pizza kitchen in the Christiana Mall at I think it's in Newark or Christiana, Delaware, but it's the Christiana Mall there. CPK is doing a deal where if you bring in a flyer or show them, anything from the For Pete's Sake event, they're going to put 20% of the meal towards this organization. Now, what For Pete's Sake does is they send cancer patients and their caregivers and family on a vacation. They sent my wife and I to Davenport, Florida for a week, put us up in our own house, alone.
Wow.
With someone to check in on us next door, so if we needed them, we can call. But the whole idea is to give you and your family a chance to reconnect and what they say, take a break from cancer. Their website's actually takeabreakfromcancer.org. But they sent us to Davenport, Florida. They sent families to Atlantic City, to the Poconos. If you have a passport, when you get nominated to go there, they can send you to Jamaica, to Cancun. They just want you to take some time with your family and not have to deal with doctors or infusions or any of that crap just for a week. And they've helped out, I believe, over 10,000 people at this point. Their goal for this fiscal year, 2019 into 2020, is 190 families. They formed about 20 years ago now when their founder, Marcy, and her husband, Pete, For Pete's Sake. Pete was diagnosed with cancer he actually had my current oncologist, which I found out recently, which is pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, Pete passed away, but in his honor, Marcy has been keeping this foundation going for 20 years and trying to help as many families as possible just take a break. I fully believe in them. I've been an advocate for them now for about 3 years, about 3 years. I speak to people about cancer, about opportunities for young adults. And, you know, I talked about how all I wanted to do was play music when I was younger. Now all I want to do is help spread the message for opportunities for young adults facing cancer or other diseases, to find organizations like For Pete's Sake. Now there's another side to this too. I'm also repping First Descents. As you can see by everything I'm wearing here, their slogan is outliving it. I joke around that it's the exact opposite of For Pete's Sake. They don't want you to take a break from cancer. They want you to push yourself beyond your limits in spite of cancer. So we go surfing, we go rock climbing, ice climbing, kayaking, safaris, yoga, whatever challenge you want to take on, First Descents is there for you. It's called Challenge by Choice. So they don't push you to do anything you don't want to do. You feel like you can handle this, or even if you just want to see if you can handle it, First Descents offers you opportunities. They have helped, I think close to 15,000 people now.
Wow.
Since 2000. Next year is their 20th anniversary. They're trying to do a giant Wayne's World style festival in Colorado for all the people who have gone. It's basically like a giant gathering of people who have had cancer, still fighting cancer, or been touched by cancer in some way. There's going to be music, there's going to be art, there's going to be kayaking, rock climbing. It's just going to be a 3-day crazy festival, and probably the largest gathering of people with cancer in the country. But I'm hoping to go this year. I'm trying to raise some money to do so. But I want to go back and just see my friends, because they sent me out to Montana a few years ago with 19 other cancer patients. I spent a week in the middle of the wilderness learning how to kayak from, not kidding, the world record holder for waterfall drop. He
That's
still
a badass
holds,
motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Here's the thing.
Big balls.
He set that record in 2007. He still holds the record.
Oh shit. Yeah,
It was like 190 some feet he jumped. He hit so hard it snapped his paddle in half.
You like bash into him with the fucking kayak, like, you gonna do it now? You gonna do it today?
I actually messed with him, like, you know TJ Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what he sounds like the guy from Deadpool?
Yeah.
This dude sounds exactly like TJ Miller. And I was messing with him, I was like, you sound exactly like TJ Miller. He's like, nah, dude. TJ Miller sounds like me. I'm like, that's something TJ Miller would say.
Are you sure you're not him?
Yeah. But he was really humble about it. He didn't mention it at all. It was one of the other instructors who told me about it. And I went back to the, I was actually sleeping in a yurt for the week.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Holy
an
shit.
open air yurt for a week in Montana. But I went, looked up on my phone, like, his video. I watched the drop. You can look it up. It's only like a 4-minute video, but you see him like go and then drop and foam and seconds go by and he is not there. And then he like casually like paddles out with half a paddle and is perfectly fine.
Wow, holy shit, man.
And now he just goes around the world kayaking professionally, trying to break world records.
Damn.
But that's First Descents. That's a person I got to meet, because I got cancer, but because there's a community out there for people like me. Right. So whether you want to take a break from cancer or whether you want to push yourself in spite of the cancer, there are organizations out there for you. There's other organizations that help do advocacy, like Fuck Cancer and Stupid Cancer. There's CancerCon, gatherings for people to get together to talk about what you're going through. I belong to communities online through First Amendments, like local tributaries they call it, but people in the area I can get together with. I went to a rock climbing gym for the first time with these people probably about 6 months ago or so. That was hard. But we just get together, you know, have a few hours of fun, go out to lunch after and talk, and we keep in touch online, but hopefully some of them can make it out next year to the Colorado thing. But if you know someone, actually, you do know someone out there, there is someone you talk to, or someone who you talk to's sibling, or cousin, who has cancer, who's my age, who just could use a break in one way or another, or is just tired of, how are you? How are you feeling? They just want to know that despite having this, they can still go out there and set their, like, push their limits, really. I was joking that, like, when I went out there to kayak, I learned that I could no longer swim when I was on the river in the rapids.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
what a place to learn.
I had lost so much muscle mass from my cisplatin treatment that I could no longer.
And here comes this psychopath just fucking
doing backflips in the paddle,
half a paddle and shit. When the kayak goes from this to this, and you're still going, all you can do is pull out and then just flail. But you know what? I wouldn't have known about this whole community if I didn't get cancer. And there's a lot of people out there who still don't know about this. So, you guys, you know someone who could benefit from one of these two organizations. For Pete's sake, 24 to 55. Take a break from cancer. You want a challenge? 18 to 39 is first ascents.
Wow.
Young adults with cancer, two different category, like definitions of what a young adult is. But great organizations out there, both for about 20 years. We're doing amazing things.
It sounds like good places to donate to, too.
Yes, Unlike Susan G. Komen.
That's what I was about to say.
Who puts about 18% of their stuff back into research. Right. First Ascents, I just read their report from 2018, put 69% of all the money they took in back into these programs. And another, like, I think 17 or so percent was also in development for the programs, too.
Wow.
Only $233,000 total dollars for that year went to administration and staff out of like 3.6 million or something.
Damn. Really?
Yeah. It's all out there on the website. They put everything out for their financials. You can see how many people they've helped. Same with For Pete's Sake.
Cool.
They do an open meeting. Anyone who wants to attend to listen to their financial meetings, you can come sit and listen how much they invest. So help someone out there. Just tell them to Google. Like, just look for young adult cancer organizations, young adult cancer opportunities, young adult cancer vacations. Just look on Google. There's something in your area.
I have two questions.
Yes.
One, what is something about cancer that you wish people knew around you?
That cancer doesn't end when you go into remission. Everyone likes to think, oh, you're better. Oh, things are easy now. I can't believe you beat that. I didn't beat cancer. Cancer is my life now. From the day I got diagnosed to the day I do die, I'm fighting cancer. The only way you can survive cancer is when something else kills you. And I'm not joking about that. You will always be in remission. You will always get scanxiety. That's what they, refer to it as, like, your blood tests when you know you're coming up to it, your CAT scans. You feel like any moment you can relapse back into it. I've had to go to a therapist now for the first time in my life because, as I've been told, I have PTSD from cancer.
Sure.
Like, you don't think about that.
Hyper anxiety.
Like,
I think it's really sad that medical induced PTSD is like a really under researched part of PTSD. It's really only been in the past couple years that psychologists have said like this should be its own category. And it's like people with chronic illnesses and people with cancer and everything, they've known for years. and years that PTSD can form from, medical-induced trauma. But the mental illness community, professionals have yet to really catch up to a point where, like, there's a lot of doctors that specialize specifically in PTSD for people that had it because of medical trauma.
I was, in my personal experience, I was first hospitalized in 2015, the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't get, I wasn't considered in remission officially until the Saturday before Election Day 2016. In that year span, actually less than a year, so that would be like around November 5th or 6th I was released. I was put in the hospital the day before Thanksgiving, which is let's say the 4th Wednesday of the month because it was the day before.
Sure.
So in less than a year's time, I spent 111 days either in a hospital or at a cancer center getting infusions, blood transfusions, or something related to my cancer. People don't know. I mean, Susan G. Komen's whole business is we're raising awareness about cancer, about breast cancer. Who doesn't know about breast cancer today?
Right.
Help us look into research.
Yeah.
Help us look into better ways of increasing survival rates. But I didn't know before. I'm sorry, I'm wrapping back to your question.
That's okay.
I didn't know before I got cancer that once you're considered in remission, all that means is you don't have active tumor, raised tumor markers today.
Right.
And that tomorrow I might, or next year I might. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to be thinking in the back of my head, what happens if I go for my next scan and it's there again? Can I make it through it a third time? What happens if I get that blood test result and my AFP markers are, normal range is 1 to 10, are in the 200s?
Right.
I mean, when I finally got diagnosed, it was over 2,400. But there are people like me out there right now, and people like me, how I was struggling before I officially got diagnosed, who already have something wrong with them, but they're either too scared to get it checked out, or the doctor didn't take them seriously. Like in my case, they kept telling me, oh, it's a sports injury. Oh, you pulled a muscle. Oh, you slept wrong.
Well, it could have presented that way. They're just reading it off a script.
But they never wanted to listen when I said, no, something is really wrong. I can feel it inside. And there are people out there that just pass that off as like, oh, no, you're right. And then it wasn't until I started coughing up blood. Sorry to get that graphic with it.
No, of course.
I was literally coughing up blood. And then they're like, oh, we think you have an unruptured aneurysm. That's not it, but at least it got me into the hospital. Then I was told I had, I think, lymphoma next, which I didn't have.
They tend to overdiagnose lymphoma. I got a false lymphoma positive.
Well, they knew something was wrong, and it's very common though, and because
it presents itself in a lot.
It prevents itself in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I had a very rare cancer, so it's not. I'm not going to blame the people in the ER for not knowing what this is. I mean, the oncologist didn't even quite know until it was sent out for a biopsy. But yeah, man, I'm rambling on that.
No, dude.
I just want people to know that cancer doesn't end the day someone goes in remission. That they're always going to spend their lives thinking about it. I'm on disability now as a result of my cancer and my treatment. I have severe peripheral neuropathy. I had to go to physical therapy for almost 7 months just learning to walk right again. I can't really... I mean, I'm trying to work right now, but it's a struggle. I'm taking a lot of medicines at the moment, and even more today of gabapentin than I did when I had cancer.
Right.
Just because trying to get to work and sit in a chair all day made me have to take 3,000 milligrams of gabapentin and a second medicine now to cope. So I'm spending all these times, I'm still going to doctors just about every month. I'm seeing my oncologist now every 6 months. Finally, I just got to the 6-month point. But it just never ends. I'm always going to a different doctor, just like when I had cancer. When my cancer was active, I should say.
Yeah.
And sorry, your second question?
I don't give a shit about my second question
Okay.
now. I'll tell you why, because I was going to try to end it on a positive note.
Well, no, positive notes.
So I was going to say that I've known you for longer than I've known anybody in the room right now.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite memory from TWiNE? Playing in a band together.
Man, that's a tough one. We had a lot of crazy ones, but I gotta think. When we thought it was a good idea to go all the way out to Illinois for one show
It was so fun.
in a weekend,
Yeah, it was so
and
fun.
drive back
Oh
in that
my
same
God.
Same weekend, yeah.
16 hours out, 16
hours
hours
back, right?
with
And we played
4
a
hours
show.
of sleep
Right.
before our show.
Such a great night.
And then on the way back, you and Ryan didn't lock the U-Haul, and all of our merchandise fell out the back somewhere
yeah,
between.
right! We fucking flew out all over the parkway!
What are you talking about?
Somewhere
How did I not
between-
hear this story? What do you mean?
I forgot!
We
Your
went all the way
face!
back.
Rob's looking at you like, are you fucking kidding me?
All
all the
our
way
merch flew out the
back.
back of the truck!
We moved
my
into
shit.
Howell, and everything was gone.
You're like, this is your best memory?
That's,
Yeah.
and here's an interesting M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Just
The
how
merch
crazy-
is all gone.
Keith gets pleasure
I
out of
haven't
other
slept
people's
in
misery.
days. All of our merch is now on
What
the
I'm
fucking
saying,
parkway.
it's the craziness of that weekend. Just the idea of we're going to do this. Let's get a U-Haul. Let's drive out, the six of
Yeah.
us at the time.
Fuck it, right?
You're an idiot.
Just drive 16
Come
hours
on,
to
it was
Peoria,
awesome.
Illinois, to play one show.
One show.
Wow.
And push ourselves as hard as we could, and then drive back. We stopped at a fireworks mega store. You and Ryan bought everything you guys could buy with
we
the money
blew
you
it all
had,
up.
and we went out to a field. I don't even know what state we were in, and you just set
We were in
off
Ohio.
everything you bought at once.
Yeah.
And then we just got back in the car.
And we ran. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
You lit all the fireworks off, got back in the car, like,
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
when they
it's
forgot
like
to
I
lock
was
the
fucking
U-Haul.
off.
That's what it was. They pulled all the fireworks out. They were like, should we lock this now? We're
He left out the part that we left. We played a great fucking show the night.
Oh yeah,
It's
so
that contagious energy. I'm
before
sure
you go to
somebody
break,
came up with
I
that
Yeah,
went
idea.
back.
Right.
I'm sure somebody
thought it
came
was
up
a
with that
good one.
idea, and then there was like a 30-second pause.
He went all
Fuck yeah, dude,
sloppily.
let's all do it. And then everybody was on board. That's how
Yeah.
those things work.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of debate in your brain, is this stupidity or
No,
is
it's
this
We have
gonna
video
happen?
of it. It was a fireworks. It was a fireworks emporium.
Dutch.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
About a month and a half, 2 months ago, when we were talking, I was telling you about the trade show I was going to.
Yeah.
And about the people that were going to be at the trade show. And you mentioned one of them was a hero to you when you were a kid,
I did.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, man.
So I got you this.
What is this? Oh my fucking god, dude! Is this a signed Magic Johnson basketball?
So I wanted you to have that.
That's fucking nuts.
I don't know what to do right now!
You gotta get out of the way. You gotta hug. You gotta hug her.
Dude, God, I missed the fuck out of you, dude.
23 years or so now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, man.
So
What the fuck?
Yeah, man, you're getting some awesome shit
how could I
tonight,
not,
dude.
like, after you told me that,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
I love you, dude.
Love you too.
Thank you. Jesus
Like
Christ.
you said, we've been through a lot.
You
so
were looking for that positive note.
there you go.
That's
There
a
it is.
positive note.
There it
And
is.
thank you, Sarah, for helping my terrible memory to go and get that.
Otherwise, it would have sat in a bag in the bedroom
Yeah.
God.
for months.
Yeah, one day
Wait.
Rick trips over. He's
Listen.
like, "What
That's what
Fuck
closed
is
the
this
door.
signed Magic Johnson
Like,
basketball doing on my bedroom
Sarah would be like,
floor?
"Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got that for you for Christmas. I just
I signed it myself."
We gotta cut to the break. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna piss my pants. And I gotta tell you something. I just when we come back, Frankie V's gonna fucking perform,
The
dude.
last show.
The last show of this year because I got surgery. I got spinal surgery coming up. When we come back, it's gonna be January 7th, man. And hopefully I'll be okay. I think so.
okay."
All right, cut me off. Let's do it. Oh my god, I urinate so bad.
You're listening to us.
So,
Yep.
is it normal to climb into a treehouse so you are secluded to hold in your poop?
I have to think that one through. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
think it
steps.
through. Well, let me read
It's
you
a lot
the
of steps.
description, as the description is quite amazing.
Wait, okay, go on. But all right.
Typically, myself and a buddy would get a few apples, usually Honey Crisps. Now, already we've got an interesting start here.
Right.
I don't know why.
I love a Honey Crisp.
I love a good Honey
This is-
Crisp with my bro.
This is how my turd forms in
Can
my
I
lower
ask you guys
bowel.
a question? Okay, as guys, as guys,
Sure.
can you remember ever, like, with a fellow
buddy,
bro,
yeah, right.
like running through the apple orchard side by
Yeah.
side?
And like really tiny shorts.
And do you guys, later, Jose, do you guys remember doing that ever in your youth?
You know, Stones and I, we
Stones,
often
did you ever do that?
we used to sashay through this.
We live an hour and a half
Garden.
outside of New York City, so
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
So
on the
apple
the
orchards.
coast.
So that has nothing to do
so
with
we've
anything.
imagined what the apple orchards might be like
Yeah.
for some, but I
Right.
don't know.
If we run through an apple orchard here and reach for apples, we end up with like sooty fingers. And we don't know why. Where's the soot coming from?
Scorpions and shit.
But no, I mean, I remember in my schoolboy days of yore when Stones and I would skip through the
Meadows.
Our
apple orchard.
Jinkos.
Tripping over at Jinkos. Grabbing
Yeah, but
tight into
think
the
of, how
belt
many,
buckle.
think of how many bushels of apples your Jenkos can hold.
I never thought of that.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's what they invented them for.
a 10 bushel pant leg.
Yeah, right. That's why Johnny Appleseed wore such big pants. Here's the original.
Jinko's favored by shoplifters.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, they're good for it. And
Janko Johnnies.
holy fuck, I get such an apple haul. Usually Honey Crisp, and go to this
Yeah,
abandoned.
shoplifters at grocery stores. They only steal apples.
If they know what's good for them,
They're like, wait,
There's
you
like
got
this
Jinkos
entire
on.
black
I'm
market
watching
pie,
you.
Yeah.
like pie facility set up down in like a dirty, like foggy London basement
Yeah.
of like some
yeah,
factory
there's some
from the
dirty apple
1800s.
dealings going on. Give
And
you 3 Honey
like,
Crisps, see?
these like Cockney assholes with
Yeah.
Jenkos on,
Yeah.
dumping their apple pants all
Yeah.
over the floor. And then there's
Yeah.
like one little girl in the corner with like smudge all over her face, and
Yeah.
she's sitting there shining the apples.
Yeah, right.
Like with a dirty rag.
Yeah. And the rag keeps working. We don't know why. It's it's like a sham wow.
It's the power of little girls.
Yeah. And one guy's sitting, he's bald
Ugh,
with like a
gross.
big gold earring. And he's like, hey, Apple Pants, get over here. And Apple Pants is like the greatest apple thief.
Sounds like a terrible.
No, he's a man. He comes over.
Just
But back
taking-
then they didn't have all the fancy words we have now. So Apple Pants was tough.
Apple pants twist.
Yeah, he's old Apple Pants Twist McGraw. You know? He could chuck apples at your head and fucking bust a skull open.
Sounds like a lot like present day Asia without the Jinkos.
Present day Asia.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of apple.
Yeah, a lot of apple thieving going on.
Bullshit going on.
The apple politics over there are mind
Yeah,
blowing.
they're like, fuck the air and fuck the ground
Yeah.
and fuck the fucking plants and let's just fucking ship it all out.
Oh, it sounds American.
Well, it does. It does.
Usually
It does.
Honeycrisp, and go to this abandoned lot which has a treehouse in it. We would climb into the treehouse, sit on our bottoms, and start to eat the apples, but then start to push out our poop. Right at the last second is when we'll
like
clench
together?
our sphincters to hold it. This is where it gets weird.
Wait, that didn't happen yet?
Get ready. It makes the hair on our arms and necks stand up, and it makes us buzz and shiver all over our bodies. We'll usually finish a couple of apples and then climb down out of the treehouse and go home. We call this act corking. So whenever we cork, it has to be in a secluded place. Secluded and dimly lit is even
Wait.
better.
Hold on. What was the first sentence again?
It makes the hair in our arms and
No,
neck.
the whole.
What?
The whole. Like, what was the?
Typically, myself and a buddy would get a few apples. Usually Honeycrisp, and go to this abandoned lot which has a treehouse in
No,
it.
that wasn't the first sentence. No, the first sentence. That was not. The first, why? What's the heading of this post? There was,
Is it normal to climb up into a treehouse so you are secluded to hold in your poop? And I feel like the apples have been made like a central part of this.
They had to be. They needed
That should
something
have been
with
the heading.
fiber.
That should have been more.
Like it wasn't like they like
More-
apples and also they
Right.
like to not shit themselves
hungry
while
for
trying.
apples?
It's that the apples are making them shit. Like they
They make me shit.
They might as well be like frolicking through like a coffee and
Yeah, or like a X-Lax farm.
You might as well title it as "Hungry for Apples."
Hungry for apples?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
this guy,
just the idea, two people just hanging out together to push their poop out to the brink of being released and then sucking it
that's a
back
twisted
in.
turn
do you think
from
they
the,
make eye contact?
Look, I don't think this is just about poop and sphincters here.
I wanted to
And
really
apples.
think about
Yeah,
his
because at
question when I
one
first
point
heard
one
it,
of the
but then
dudes is going to be like, "Hey,
we
you know, if
moved
this
on.
feels good, maybe it would feel
And-
good if we just."
Do me a favor. Could you look at my pink dot for just a minute? And when the
Yeah, when
shit
the
begins
cork-
to breach,
when the cork-
when the
is it-
corking begins to
is it
happen,
When I uncork.
yeah, I want you to boomerang this to my Instagram. So that it breaches and unbreaches. It breaches and unbreaches. That way I can enjoy it forever and probably get goosebumps watching this for the rest of my life.
Well, hashtag honey crisping.
Yeah. Hashtag honey crisping with my bro. Hashtag corking.
Honey bro.
That way you can cork eternally. You know, because that boomerang will just go forever, and people won't even know. People will be surprised. They'll be like, "What the hell am I looking at?" So that way, no one will get in trouble. There won't be any Instagram flags.
Meanwhile, his fingernails are all long because he's just sitting in his bedroom staring at his fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Because
going
he's
into his
peeling,
fucking
he's
asshole.
peeling apples with his one long finger.
Yeah,
he
it's
just
just
holds his finger straight and then turns the apple with the other hand
right.
and just shaves off in one long peel.
And when we witness it, we look at it and we're like, "This is more surprising because you didn't even mention the peeling in the
And he
post."
throws the apples over his shoulder and he's like, "It's really the peels that have all the fiber."
Yeah, and then he
just
starts munching
chews.
down on the peels.
Dude, when I was really little, my grandmother would sit and peel apples a lot. I don't know why. And I would sit next to her to eat the peels. 'Cause they were my favorite part.
You're like, Grandma, you can just have half the work. I'll
Just,
eat the peels
just
and
leave,
the apples.
Just
or
watch the
just
peels
leave
here.
the peel on.
Yeah.
She's all like fucking dolphining it up in front of her.
Yeah.
Snatching peels out of the sky like
Yeah.
bats picking up moths. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
man.
Honeycrisp, though. I'm not sure Honeycrisp apples were invented yet.
Yeah, man, they came a long way. Yeah, so anyway, we'll finish a couple apples. That's how we'll usually finish a couple apples,
Right.
and then climb down out of the tree.
Right.
The apples, man, it's just like you know. It sounds to me like it's like when you're going to hang out at the spot with your bro and you bring a 6-pack of beer. You know,
And then you start shaking your shit in and out of your asshole.
You may or may not.
I mean, that's the thing you do.
Some guys just swing some golf
Like
clubs
a couple months
or
ago,
they toss the ball around.
a couple months from now, one of them's gonna get jaded and just pretend that he's doing it. You know, the
Yeah,
other
right.
dude's
He's
like
gonna be like,
still
"Dude,
all into it, and he's like,
yeah,
"Yeah, I'm doing
I
it.
heard this
yeah,
podcast. They
yeah,
talked about it.
I'm corking.
Yeah,
I'm corking.
totally,
it's happening."
I already corked.
And he's just like, "Oh man,
Corking
eat
accomplished.
another apple." And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I've had plenty."
Yeah, I've kind of burned out on
It's
apples.
been a real treat.
Yeah.
They go on to other things.
Yeah, they eat bananas and shit.
No, like,
Oh,
I don't know. What other things are there that they go to Taco Bell?
and they cork there.
Yeah.
Then they cork in the.
I don't know, man. He was pretty emphatic about that treehouse. I think that might be, you know.
Oh, okay. So it has to be secluded.
Yeah,
it
all
has to be
right. Yeah,
treehouse.
it's gonna be secluded.
Or like a hotel bathroom at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
got
in
the
main
extra
lobby.
fear that someone could walk
Someone
in.
could
and
walk in. It makes it
Yeah.
exciting.
They probably won't, but because we're in the safe hours.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if anything will ever beat the orchard and the hidden treehouse. It sounds like they
Yeah.
ended up in Narnia.
Yeah, right. And there's no better place to cork.
And they actually talked about that in the book.
Well, yeah, there was
Edmund
Yeah.
and
flowers
Peter
on the walls.
corking.
Yeah, they were corking in that
Edmund
little
and Peter
hobbit
were
house.
corking.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And they were observing the hair standing up on their arms, which is quite long.
They went there at 12 o'clock every day just to hear the cuckoo of the cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
of the corking.
Of the cork clock.
They timed their poo corking to the clock fucking bird. Yeah.
And yay.
They had, I mean,
The
you got to
corking.
explore. I mean, you can't just Can you just cork forever? I mean, would that be satisfying enough?
Eventually,
Sooner
you
or
gotta shit.
later, your body's gonna make the rules, whether you like it or not.
Your body's gonna be like, look, this
guy
hole
writing
is,
the book on it.
Yeah. Because eventually you're loosening your hole, I imagine. You're not strengthening it.
He's like, I'm going to come up with an innocuous question to get people into this fetish.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open the floodgates on it.
Yeah, right. It starts off, people thought they were just part of an apple picking club. And then they went up to the treehouse. The guy's like, all right, now everybody's squat. Yeah, now push your shit out. And then suck it back in. But only after you barely feel it.
Dudes that spit on other people and then suck it in.
Oh, yeah, gross.
It's like that, but like they're just.
There's still going to be a little bit of spittle on you.
Right. And your aunt and uncle are there at the corking party. And they're like, oh, you know,
we do this every
have,
Sunday.
Like, a whole room full of people all doing it at once.
Yeah, and people like, you know, at first I thought this guy was crazy, but it makes the hair on my arms stand up.
That like Grandma, we're gonna have a corking party tonight, and she makes like 80 apple pies, and there's like the whole Boy Scout troop over.
Yeah, right.
One of them's allergic to apples.
Yeah.
But he don't care.
Spray shit all over the
like,
wall.
Look, the only real reason I come here is because this bitch can cork so good. I never seen a woman this age cork so hard.
It's like
the grandma's like, you want some apple pie? And oops, I slipped. Slipped out. Oh boy.
Honey crisping.
Son left his dad's corpse to rot for 3 weeks so he could pocket his wages.
The guy's already dead. I say this all the time.
I gotta say, I wish I'd thought of it.
wait, we're on to another one?
Yeah, we moved up. Moved up in the world. We're getting classy. Yeah, dad's corpse rotted for 3 weeks so he could pocket his way. I mean, you know, I think it's funny the company never wondered why the guy didn't come to work anymore after the first week.
Yeah.
You know? Man. Fuck. Drug addict left his postman's father dead body rot so he could still access wages from him. Jesus Christ.
Did he have to give him back?
I don't know.
This is a sad topic.
Yeah, this is a
You
bummer.
might have to move on. Last one was...
Top notch.
Oh, yeah. That changed everything.
Oh, that was a notch above.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me pick a story. Police forced to stop interrogating suspect after he continuously farts replies.
What, like he's guiding his ass.
He was
cheeks
honey crisping.
like a mouth.
Yeah. It's like, this is how we do it at home. The cops,
This
what
is
are
how
you
we
doing?
do it in the orchard, bitch.
Yeah, this is how we do it. This is how we
In
do
a
it.
treehouse.
The abandoned treehouse.
Was it Morse code?
What's the other thing? They said he answered in farts. I mean,
yeah, I mean, there's
honestly,
Dude, maybe he was
asshole.
actually saying something really important.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't
Right.
communicate any other
Maybe
way.
they should have put their ears closer to his asshole to get the information.
He's like
They
trying to
should've
tell him he's
wrote
kidnapped.
Down like, dashes and dots.
There's all kinds of coordinates
What
in there.
exactly would be the dash and what would be the dot?
Yeah,
Oh, I got some dashes and dots.
Yeah, I got dashes and dots. He continuously replied their questions with farts.
Did you see the guy that got arrested and started dancing?
No.
It was fucked up.
I imagine they clubbed him, did
There
you?
was a video of it.
Oh, okay.
They asked
Did they
her to
hit
like.
him?
They
Usually
asked
they
her
hit
to
him.
it's like 2 or 3 cops behind the guy, and the guy's facing away from the cops, and they ask him to put his hands up, and he like puts his hands up and starts shimmying, and like he won't stop dancing, like he just keeps dancing, and they finally sent the fucking police dog after him, and then they got him
They
for,
shimmer away
and then
from the
they
police
got him
dog.
for evading arrest, and it's like he wasn't evading.
Yeah,
he
he's
was,
just
like,
moonwalking.
he wasn't running. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the running man doesn't actually take you anywhere. You just stay in one spot. You know,
Yeah, you have to look
figuratively, that's
that
true,
video
too.
up and check
I will. I'll
this
check
guy
it
out.
Yeah.
They said that he was like obviously high, which is a whole
Yeah,
other
you know,
thing.
and I got to tell you something too. There's the obviously high. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You need to know for a fact. You can't just. I think cops think everyone's high.
Yeah, but like when
the
the dude's-
second you don't cower and crumple into the floor.
When the dude's shimmering, you know, like he's
Shimmering.
not.
Yeah,
You know,
he's shimmering.
He's not
He's shimmering like.
He seems like he's in a
it's
good mood. He's
Twilight.
like, yeah, I'll get arrested. Come on, guys, I'll get arrested.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like,
because he still hasn't gotten the point yet. That yes, not only are you gonna get arrested, but you're gonna lose limbs and maybe your life and your neck. And
He's like, no, come on, guys, just work for it a little.
Yeah,
Just
right.
Honey Crisp with me.
Work for it a little bit.
Let's just Honey Crisp together.
Yeah,
Like
the
we're
whole time
back
he's
at the
Honey
old
Crisping.
treehouse.
Yeah. Do you know how far out I can push this log before I can suck it all the way back in?
He like, yeah, it like
Yeah.
goes like 6 feet.
Yeah, it's my best one. My best one was a 6-foot log, sucked it all the way back in. You got to do it on a clean surface, so otherwise you might drag rocks and dirt and shit back in.
It
with
looked
you.
like a giant brown
Cat
snot.
litter.
Just looked like a shitty lumpy cobra.
I ate a ton of gum that week.
Honey Crisp. Only Honey Crisp.
That's right,
flavored gum.
Yeah, that's why it looks like a bunch of melted crayons.
It slots in better.
I can suck it back up with such persistence.
Persistence.
I can.
Persistence.
I call this tailing. It's sort of like where, corking began, then became honey crisping. Now I'm snaking.
If I was a wild animal, I'd be trophy hunted.
Yeah, right. And here we lopped off the gum shit of the stones, just dragging 6 foot. So I was like, now I gotta start all over again.
How do you
just
know
swallowing
stones wasn't
Bubblicious.
the part that got cut off?
they left the gum shit?
Yeah.
Because he said trophy. So, oh, that's a lot of fun. Sarah, what have you got next there? Huh?
So, a woman at a Waffle House found a dead frog in her glass of water.
A dead frog?
Yeah, and I just want to know, I just want
a series of events in that frog's life.
Well, here's the thing.
He's like, why am I on a
I don't know
tray?
why, but I imagined that the dead-eyed, soulless waitress just dead staring out into nothing.
Yeah, just
pouring, and like the clunk of the frog as it hits the ice cubes.
Bunch of tadpoles falling
and then she just places it on the tray.
Yeah.
Like doesn't it? Like
What
feeling
are you saying? It takes her
with.
so long to get to her that she goes from the tadpole into a full-grown frog and then dies.
The frog's completely depressed.
The dog just takes one look. The frog just
It's floating
takes one
amongst
look
the
at her.
ice.
He's like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
done."
It's floating amongst the ice, just
Done.
waiting to be done. Just waiting for the lights to go out.
There's
Then you
like little
complain.
grease.
You complain, and she comes
bubbles.
back
Yeah.
and she goes, "Well, if it was glass, you wouldn't have been able to see it."
Yeah. Now shut up and eat your red velvet pancakes.
Ugh.
They're delicious. Don't mind that frog; it'll jump out on its own. Water's water.
A dead frog.
A dead
Like
frog.
where are they? Or are they like
How does
getting
that
their
happen?
water from out back?
Yeah, they're just
It's just like a
ladling it.
fucking
Yeah, they
puddle.
Oh, I
ladle
know what
it out
happened.
of the sewer drain.
No, I know what happened. She gave her the code word to the bartender, who also so happens to peddle acid,
Frogs?
mind-tripping frog water.
Yeah, but why the fuck would she tell anyone that?
Well,
Yeah, right.
she just came across the secret code
Yeah,
by
and-
accident,
yeah,
and
they-
then was served this mind-altering frog, and she's like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck? There's a frog in my drink."
Or the bartender was he just deals in frogs. He's got a frog.
That's what I'm
They got a
thinking.
frog for every question.
Yeah. So every time she goes, "Why is there a frog here?" Another one shows up.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a good time.
It's like
at the
unlimited
IHOP.
French fries at Red Robin.
Yeah, people are like, "What am I gonna do with all these frogs?"
Here's more
There's
frogs.
so many of them. Where are they? Are you getting all these? Like, where are these coming from?
And you give all the frogs Honey Crisp.
They're pissing on everything.
Pissing.
Well, I used to catch
They're
frogs when I was a kid.
corking,
Piss a
Rick.
lot.
They're
Yeah.
corking.
Yeah, they would cork too.
All the frogs are corking.
Yeah.
Frogs definitely have gummy shit.
Yeah, frog shit is not
It's
something
amazing
you
what
want to
they
mess
can
with.
sort of fly into.
Choreographed too, so they're
Yeah,
all in unison.
They shit together, so their shit actually curves and bends, and it becomes
That's
a
a
sort
lot
of
of
fun.
flies, man.
It's like the women in the 50s dancing in the swimming
bugs and
pools.
shit, and just fucking.
It's basically a Disney animation.
Yeah, basically.
What, frog shitting?
Choreographed frog shitting.
Like
Yeah.
in unison?
Yeah.
In a
Word.
Together. So they're developing like a
In
own
a,
frog
in
shit
a
font.
glass
Like in a
of
pyramid?
water at a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Doing
Oh, I
pyramids.
forgot you said it was a Waffle House, not a fucking IHOP, but I guess what's the difference anymore? You know what I mean?
Levels of stickiness.
I mean, how do you even react? Like, would you get mad if you picked up your glass and
Yeah,
you're like,
I get
excuse
fucking
me,
mad.
there's a
I'm
frog
pretty
in
sure
here.
it's an indicator of what's going on in the back.
Yeah, because that frog didn't start in the glass.
Let's get back to the bar.
A little bit more emotion.
Let's get back to the bar. Now back to the bar. Let's get back to the bar. And now for more of this.
Later, homeboy. We're back. I'm gonna introduce you.
All right, yeah, go for it.
We're back. We're okay. Can you hear me? Make adjustments. It's all good. Okay. I think I got that music right. So push my volume the fuck up, dude. I should be the yellow cable. So we all good? Okay, great. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody who was our guest tonight. Podcast Rob, Frankie V is about to perform, Keith, my fucking lifelong friend. It's just been a great night. This is the last show we're doing this year. We're going to come back January 7th because I have surgery coming up, which I'm being a big fucking baby about, but that's okay. And yeah, so hopefully we're going to nail this. Frankie V is going to perform tonight. Frankie V has a new album coming out, and I hope he's going to come up here and tell you one more time about it and where to find it, and then you let me know when we're ready to go. Got it?
Yes.
All right, let's do that.
My name's Frankie V. Repping out Team Rockasset. Got a new album coming out. It goes by the name of Kazuli Zuli. And you could Google that all you want. It doesn't mean anything because I created that word. And it means may you be blessed. I want all y'all to be blessed. And yeah, about to rock the mic. About to have my homie Lagoon come up too to rock the mic. And much love. Salute to Awesome Talk and Rick as well. The evolution of this show since I first seen it till now is just incredible. And you're an inspiration to me, homie. So salute to you.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
You ready to roll?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Frankie V. Shout out to DJ Malfactor. Give it a shout out to the homie DJ Malfactor and my boy Andre. We bomb bass and found rappers, going down ladders. I'll beat up beats even if they're upbeat and put them in the ground after. Cut the loud chatter while my shed is going. Got a truck bed as my stage, now it's set in motion. Then I'm rolling heading home with cement set in stone. You already know my serotonin's building Roman. One day you're 1,000, lucid dreams from a past life. Last night I was jousting. I bet you didn't even get that bar. Sour D in a split pack loose cause I hit mad hard. Galaxies with mismatch stars. Better get that guitar pick. Plucking off targets, the finest, the hardest. Your highness, cough up that bread like the Heimlich. DJ, put that on replay. I'll be like DJ. Scratch that beat away. I'll be like DJ. What more can we say? Caution tape around the turntable. Step away. I'll be like DJ. Put that on replay. I'll be like DJ. I'll crush that beat today. The MC way. With graffiti spray. Paint cans and break dance for the DJ. Give it a shout out to the homie DJ alien. As far as punchlines, you bet that we ain't failing them. Rocky style, slow motion replay, wailing them with Moby Dick for your chick when she came sailing in. You barely swim with the sharks, with the ship that I spark. Hit you with darts in the dark when I'm spitting is sharp. My vision is smart. You sit in the dark, live as a mark, acting like you did your part when you finished at start. Like a quick nut on the butt when I come dump with a shotgun. I only need one pump, chump. I'll run up, dunk, and break the glass, cause I hit harder. Put my fist in your bitch's rim like I'm Vince Carter. A bit smarter than the average human. I'll gas the room and start passing through it, kinda like a bad illusion. You'll have contusions from the rap I'm doing. You'll need a padded room with a bag of shrooms just to understand my music. DJ, put that on replay. I'll be like DJ, scratch that beat today. I'll be like DJ. What more can we say? Caution tape around the turntable, step away. I'll be like DJ, put that on replay. I'll be like DJ, scratch that beat today. The MC way, with graffiti spray, paint cans and break dance for the DJ. I give it all I got 100%. Yeah, I'm never gonna plummet, overcome a descent. It's going down this autumn so y'all can fall back. We only drop mad jaws and all these hot tracks. This calls for combat with all you mall rats. I talk, I walk past as tall as top hats. I drop contracts that I sign on the dot, right on the spot. Never stop as I climb to the top of any mountain with 1,000 ways to spit raps. Breaking ice at a show, it's time to pick acts. I got my fist wrapped as I'm punching the bag. You're jumping the gun as I overlap you running the track. I'm back as I give it 100%. Coming correct when I bless everyone on the set. Yes, I chain links together up on the net. Killing instrumentals when I pick it, but it's defense. I'll be like DJ, put that on replay. I'll be like DJ, scratch that beat away. I'll be like DJ, what more can we say? Caution tape around the turntable, step away. I'll be like DJ, put that on replay. I'll be like DJ, crush that beat today. The MC way, with graffiti spray, paint cans and break dance for the DJ. Yeah, much love, y'all. That's actually the first time I ever performed that live, so yeah. Yeah, y'all, nothing but love for y'all. And shout out to DJ Malfactor, all the way out in South Africa, sending the freshest beats, lacing up the grind mode cipher. That's how I met them.
Is that
Shout
real?
out, yeah.
Dude, holy shit.
Yeah, yup. I'm linking up with all these amazing people through them. So salute to what Lingo's doing and all the unity he's bringing. And shout out to all the Trenton homies too. And yo, much love to all of them. And awesome talk as well. I'm gonna bring up Lagoon for this next one. We're about to do a classic. One we do, OG shit with the OGs. Lagoon is booming through. You got anything you want to say, Lagoon?
Come to Trenton on the 28th. Video's coming out too. Once Upon a Time.
Say it in the microphone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, come to Trenton on the 28th. Mill Hill Basement. Frankie's album's coming out, and we're releasing a music video for Ounce Upon a Time, which is also on that CD.
On that CD as well.
Cool. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
What's the word, y'all? This Vinny Paz, official Pistol Gang. Enemy soil in the fucking building. You are now rocking to a verbal beat. The most grimy shit on the planet right now. Brat!
Bring me along, but let it burn. Tell us to go and bring us home. Sing along with the song, that's okay with us. The shit's dangerous, shit's dangerous. Bring me along, but let it burn. Tell us to go and sing us home. Sing along with the song, that's okay with us. I'm coming high speed through a wide screen view. Intensive care unit is what I see. You get it mixed up like high C. Choose a punk from my lines like an IV. Two fine East, 2 and 5 weeks. Two Siamese, crew high police. It doesn't make a difference if I meet you. I'll put your dog in a box like Chinese food. I'm the man now, hands down. Jump down in my band's crowd. I'll drag you around like damn wow and break a damn mouth. You'll think I got a blade that katana made. Cause I'ma take a fan out. So cross a line on a song with rhymes, y'all could die. We'll get tied up for a $5 homicide. I rhyme tough all the time. You don't put Jack in a box. That's when your music winds up on the side. The booth is on fire, so ring the alarm, but let it burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along to the song that's okay with us. Shit's dangerous, shit's dangerous. The booth is on fire, so ring the alarm, but let it burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along to the song that's okay with us. It was written. This is a message hidden in water in a vision. In order to picture 7, in order intuition is well switching to 4th. I'm sorta intuition. Wells, it's why I'm flipping a quarter of me. Less is more. Heavy metal, steady pedal force. Heaven's doors where I'll be heading. Like the headless horse. Man, I'll be damned if the metaphors aren't making points. Like a credit score, getting 4 set of horns. Cooking kettle corn in my brain. Been stepping toward an insane quarter and frame of mind. Torture and pain, torture propane plane. Electric cords going straight to the line, liquidating instrumentals. Watch me melt those beats. Watch your health go, give it some elbow grease. Standing up for my peeps till I swell both feet. They're digging each step I'm taking like shell toe cleats. Yeah, the booth is on fire, so bring the alarm or let it burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along with the song that's okay with us. Shit's dangerous, shit's dangerous. The booth is on fire, so bring the alarm. Burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along to the song that's okay with us. Frankie's a legend, I'm basically a dangerous weapon. You say you're the best one, maybe you're an 8 or a 7. So count 1 Mississippi after taking a breath in. In other words, there is no way I'm ever taking a second. Placement, I'm guessing you've been moving backwards. Kinda like you've been losing chutes and ladders. I'll treat you like Duke and nuke you after I launch off the tracks like Duke's a hazard. The time bombs dropping on useless rappers that got it mixed up, thinking dudes can master this flat flow. They'll go back, they won't pass go, and I'll be putting it on everything like Tabasco. You have no nuts, you act so tough. I have grown up like Afro pups, an astro black hole that won't suck. In other words, I'm saying my raps blow up. Booth is on fire, so ring the alarm, so let it burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along to the song that's okay with us. The shit's dangerous. The shit's dangerous. Booth is on fire, so ring the alarm or let it burn. Tell Usher go and sing me a song. Sing along to the song that's okay with us.
You're in danger, bitch.
Yeah, y'all. Salute to y'all. The extended version, yeah.
28th is the big day.
That it is. 28th, big day. Salute to y'all. Much love, everybody.
I love you guys so much, man. Thank you
Love
so
you
much,
too,
everybody.
All right, I gotta go do that thing.
You go close that motherfucker out, man. You guys are fucking amazing tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Keith, for being here again. Thank you to Podcast Rob. I know I had to leave. And we'll be back January 7th. Thank you all. Like the show and share it and all that other good stuff. And thank you to our sponsor, nevermore-designs.com. And what am I leaving out? Happy holidays, I guess. Wish me luck in my surgery and all that other good stuff. And we will see you on Awesome Talk Season 12, Episode 6 on January 7th. Good night, everybody. Holler at your boy.